You're like, okay, now they're
4.
down 1.
Yeah.
And there's only about a minute to go. And you're like, hey, crazier things have happened. They're going to pull the goalie again. And then Edmonton scored. But
what was the final?
6-4.
Okay, so they were 2 up. Okay, because I left when they were 3 up, and I said I'm going to give them 4 minutes.
You left, I think, when it was 5-3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they pulled the goal.
No, I think it was.
Was it 5-2?
I think they had a 3-goal lead.
Okay.
I'll give them 4 minutes to cut it to 2.
Okay.
Because
they got it to 1
They
at
got it
one
to
point.
1. Okay.
They got it to 1
Yeah.
at 5-4, I think is what it was. And then Kopitar scored to kind of, hey, never say never, because they pulled the goalie. They're skating around.
Oh, yeah.
And I said to Graham and Anthony, who were there for socials, and I said, here's the problem, guys. They need to get 2. And there was only about 2 minutes, maybe 90 seconds left.
You're a miracle man.
And then all of a sudden, they got one with about a minute to go. And you're like, hey, crazier things have gone down before. Hockey's kind of weird, especially when you get some momentum shifts like that. And then...
But how many miracle shots can you remember in hockey? Because usually miracle shots don't happen in that sport.
Not miracle shots like from the other, but just chaos in front of the net, and all of a sudden it's in the back of the goal.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the Oilers came back in that game 1 to tie the game.
Yeah.
And it was like 2 goals in like a minute.
And the Kings couldn't get the empty netter. Quentin Byfield didn't skate it out, which, by the way, changed the entire series. And I'm not trying. It's 6 games. It's not one guy's fault, except for one guy made a mistake that was really, really big by not skating the puck out of his end, and that probably ends that game. The Kings probably win that game.
Oh yeah,
and it's a different
Wars
series.
are lost on one mistake.
Yeah,
that happened 2 years ago. That was your opportunity. Couldn't get it done. But give the Oilers credit, and I don't know how a goaltender could sit there through that. Because it's intense when they start screaming your name over and over and over. I start feeling bad for the guy.
Yeah,
I can only imagine sitting there hearing that.
Yeah, and it's like being the pitcher or the quarterback. It's a team sport, but when you've got the ball in your hands the entire time, or they're right behind you, and you're the last person that can stop it, and you don't. It's just
pitchers are on the mound, midfield. I mean, football,
center
you're
stage,
way in the middle. I mean, hockey, they're right there on top of you.
No, they're right there. It was a great night. I had a couple cold beers, had some tacos, a pretzel. It was fantastic.
They do a great job there. They really do. And it's fun to go check out. If you love sports, if you love entertainment, go check this out.
Yeah.
For your favorite sport, because everything is going to be there. I saw there's going to be a UFC coming this weekend.
You left right before it. They played like a highlight reel, hype video. After the game had ended, the kind of the stadium, the dome, goes dark. And then the light comes back on again on the screen, and they show college football, NFL football, Major League Baseball, UFC, soccer, like just everything there is that you can see there, and it's like, whoa.
You know what the last video is on that?
Which one?
Oh, DeMarco.
WWE.
No.
UFC.
The Freeman home run.
No way. Is it really?
From right behind home plate, like you're 6 feet behind the umpire.
Oh, wow.
And all you do is you see the swing, you see the ball disappear into the night, and his arm goes up, and the place is going know what, crazy, and then it fades to black.
Does it really? Okay.
Awesome.
They do a great job. See? Tease. Bet
awesome.
You want to come back.
Yeah.
I'll be damned if I can see those cameras. Because there'll be a shot where you see a hockey player or whatever.
Yeah.
That's right in front of you.
Yeah.
And then they switch to another angle, and I'm still, where's the camera? How did you get that angle?
So he pointed it out to me at Dodger Stadium. I would have never known what it was.
Yeah.
But at Dodger Stadium, there's a camera kind of directly behind home plate, like perfectly.
Oh, it's not a guy. It's just a camera.
It's like
it's like a
dome.
It's on a pole.
It's and it's like this. It looks like a little spaceship almost, like a little white orb.
It's like a security camera, basically. That's what it looks like.
It's invasive, but I like it. Thank you.
I put it to you this way: had he not pointed it out to me, I would have never noticed it.
I mean, there's some things you want to do as a player when the play's dead that might get caught now because
forget that you are the guy out there instead of the guy watching it.
You try to stand off to the side to adjust some stuff, and now everybody might catch it. And that's the only way I want to experience the octagon.
Oh, my gosh.
Is that way. I don't want to get in and fight a guy, but I want to feel like I'm in there.
It's
That'd be
like
fun.
you're on the other side of the fence or the gate or whatever.
My gosh.
It is something else.
And play Madden. Yeah.
And last night was an incredible night for Inglewood because it was Beyonce happening at SoFi.
It
was the Clippers having their playoff game 6 at the Intuit Dome.
Yeah.
And it was us at Cosm watching the Kings.
I didn't see a Clipper fan. I saw Kings fans. I didn't see a Clipper fan. I saw a lot of Beehive.
A lot of Beehive.
I saw a lot of Clippers fans, but the game had already started by the time you got there, so that's kind of why you didn't see any.
Dude, the road, I know it's Beyonce, but the road ain't yours. Okay? I'm just saying. Just relax a little bit. They got to get there on time. No merging.
There was a lot going on outside there.
Giving me looks.
Let's put it to you this way. There was a lot of good people watching on the way in.
Oh, my God, was it? Yeah, bro.
There was a lot of...
Lots of fashion.
Susan and I... Susan. She came with us, and as we're pulling into the Cosm parking area, all of the members of the Hive were working their way towards SoFi.
Oh, yeah. The scrum. Oh, yeah.
Look it. I'm like, no, I see it.
Where's the rest of your pants, young lady?
So we saw this dude with a furry coat, right?
Yeah.
And then like a vaquero, like a cowboy hat, and just with boots on.
Do your thing, bro.
Yeah,
do your thing. Absolutely.
I love how people express themselves, and Beyonce has these kind of the Beehive has rules for what you can kind of wear. Or not rules, I guess, but suggestions of dress code and stuff. For the last tour, everyone was supposed to wear chrome, and so when you went to that last tour 2 years ago, everyone wore chrome. And then this year, it's just you wear your best cowboy garb, or you wear all white.
That's what it was. Okay.
How
cowboy
many
hats
chrome
everywhere.
outfits do you own?
None. Zippo.
Well, people
I just
then
gave
buy
the last
chrome
one
outfits.
to the Salvation Army.
I was good.
Yeah.
We're not in Mad Max.
The one from the 80.
don't-
I almost went Mad Max. Mac Rock trying to get in there.
Yeah.
Dude, I got to get there. I'm late as it is. Move.
What happened to your brother?
He got hammered.
Oh.
He got hammered with his work buddies. His golf buddies.
Oh.
Yeah, his golf buddies came and got him.
I'm certainly not going to be the first person to throw a stone on that.
Yeah, and then
that happens.
Guess where he ate last night? He said this is his happy place. You will love my brother.
Let me guess.
Uh-huh.
Do I have a chance of guessing it right?
It's probably a place you've been to. It used to be something special for families. Think 10 years old. It's been around forever. I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Unlimited shrimp.
Oh, Red Lobster.
Nope, the other
I'm
one.
going to
Sizzler. There you go.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes, he went bonkers at Sizzler and was like,
Where is there a Sizzler?
Not too far from his house. He was like, don't come get me. I'm
Did
not
he
going
get
to make
that
it.
cheese bread? Because I could eat 100
There's
pounds
one
of
in
that.
Inglewood, catty corner to the Kia Forum.
He said
okay.
he had the steak, he had the shrimp, he introduced his little 10-year-old son to the Sizzler.
No Malibu chicken?
No Malibu chicken. This is what we do, and I'm not going, so he says, I'm sorry.
Do you know, it's so weird how sometimes you just remember the most random things. Do you remember what Malibu chicken is?
No. What's Malibu chicken?
Is
that chicken with the cheese and the ham?
Yes.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
exactly what it is. It's I haven't eaten a bite of Malibu chicken in 40 years.
Oh my God,
I can taste it in my mouth right now.
It is
a chicken breast with a slice of cheese and a piece of ham.
Bro, can
Just
I
on
make
top
that
of it?
at home?
Just kind of stuffed inside on top.
Like the
It's
chicken
What
cordon
makes
bleu
it
kind of?
Malibu?
it is. I
because
have no earthly idea.
It's chicken, cheese, and ham.
It
Malibu.
is like just janky chicken cordon bleu. It's exactly what it is.
When I think Malibu, I think not chicken. I think vegan, whatever.
It's been Malibu chicken since this whenever Sizzler showed up. So it's
Mr. Sizzler?
Yeah,
This is the place
since
where you have
Mr. Sizzler opened his doors.
Yeah.
Yes.
At one point, Malibu was like protein heaven. That's where bodybuilders and stuff. Then it flipped to veganism and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's where you pay,
Venice.
right?
Oh yeah, we can make this, Travis. I'm gonna make this for my kid tonight.
A little Malibu chicken.
Yeah, make it.
Why do I feel like there should be a slice of pineapple on that?
It should be.
Wouldn't be the worst
That
thing
would
in
be
the world?
Hawaiian chicken if you do that.
That would be it'd be
see,
Honolulu
if you
chicken.
throw
not
the
You have to
Malibu
pay
chicken.
before you sit, right? You pay, you order, and then they bring your food, right? That's the
Yeah,
how I
and you'd have the
remember it.
tray, and you'd kind of slide it down the line.
At Sizzler?
So yes, but you would, and they wouldn't when you would do the buffet.
Yeah.
Right? You'd get that green tray, you'd get your plate, you'd pay.
Yeah.
Or if you were doing the buffet, or you could order off the menu and they'd give you the little tent thing you'd stick on your table.
Okay.
Yeah.
We going to Sizzler. We going to Sizzler.
There was a Sizzler right by UCSB when I was in college.
Yeah.
That had $9.99 all you could eat shrimp thing.
Heck
And
yeah.
me and half of my teammates would roll in there and
With a plastic bag.
There would be no shrimp left
You dang
by the
right.
time it was all said and done.
The only spot I haven't been to like that, I've never eaten at a Black Angus.
I have.
And it's the same thing, right?
Yeah,
Kinda.
The Black Angus quality of food is a step up from the Sizzler.
Step up.
And they're both fine. I'm not.
I'm
saying that if one has leather seats, if they're the same car, the other one has leather seats.
Okay, I got you.
Does that make sense?
Completely, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, congratulations, Mr. Farr. He is now 50. He says he is a senior citizen now. He gets a discount.
55?
55. I didn't know this. 55, you get the discount.
I think 55 is officially a senior citizen by
so happy.
law.
He got the discount. I'm like, I guess that's a badge of honor.
It's
You've lived that long.
It's half the portion with discount.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, see.
It's like a kid's meal.
Yes, kind of. Yeah. Yes. Okay.
I also think now I'm stuck on a Black Angus thought. I think you can get a drink at Black Angus too.
You can't get one at Sizzler.
I think you can get a beer and wine at Sizzler, but you can't get a cocktail. I think you can get a cocktail at Black Angus.
That's what I remember Sizzler's root beer.
I think that's what it is. Yeah. Speaking of eating and having a good time, Mother's Day is around the corner. Tune in today. Today's the day where we're going to give you a hint. And if you know the correct answer to the question that we're going to ask you a little bit later on today, you will receive a Mother's Day platter from Mercado Gonzalez Pronto Catering, which includes a full tray of pollo asado, cheese enchiladas, a full tray, a half tray each of Mexican rice and refried beans, a pistachio cake, and make sure that you can pick it up on Mother's Day, Sunday, May 11th at the Mercado Gonzalez. That's in Costa Mesa, right by the 55 freeway right there. Can't make it for Mother's Day? How about this? Family gatherings, corporate lunches, birthday parties, any special occasion. Pronto Catering has you covered morning, noon, and night, right? Breakfast, lunch, and dinner offerings with pickup time starting in the morning at 7 a.m., last pickup ending at 9 o'clock at night, 7 days a week. So head on over to Mercado Gonzalez and their website and click the Pronto Catering tab to place your order today. See you at pickup.
Luka's got a lot of wiggle and a lot wiggles when he moves. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what's your favorite thing from the Mercado?
I think I've made it fairly clear that I could eat a trough of carnitas from the Mercado.
Anywhere, no doubt.
Because you did the thing where you put it in your passenger seat.
Little foil bag, right in the cup holder with the salsa next to it, and then the bag of tortillas on the front seat. And I get the fruit too, but the carnitas are always the number one choice. What are you saying about? Can you read that, DeMarco?
Yeah, I can read it. I'm just it's more anti-Luka stuff and all that. What the Lakers need to be doing.
Get up from a couple hours ago.
And I keep one of my things is regardless of sport, does he have wiggle? Can the guy move? Does he have natural wiggle?
Oh yeah,
he has natural wiggle.
Oh yeah,
and
sure
things
does.
wiggle when he moves. He's
He's got both wiggles.
Yeah, he's never going to get in shape. You know this, right?
Let's talk about that next.
He's never going to get in shape.
I'm really interested to hear why you say that.
Not
That's
the way we
coming
want
up.
him to. Yeah.
Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
For ESPN LA contest rules, go to ESPNLA.com and click the contest button.
Wiggle, wiggle.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or AvnerGatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Mother's Day is coming up fast and you don't want to drop the ball. Show the incredible moms in your life how much you love and appreciate them with a thoughtful gift from Pro Flowers. Ordering takes just minutes and Pro Flowers' large selection of modern arrangements at affordable prices are sure to make you look like a gift-giving pro. Visit proflowers.com/sports or use the code SPORTS at checkout for $15 off your Mother's Day order. All Pro Flowers orders are backed by our 7-day freshness guarantee so you can gift easy with Pro Flowers.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
St. Texas, ain't no hold'em.
Hey!
I know this one. Rare. Upset.
Woo!
I don't know many.
What's it called?
I don't know it, but I know I've heard it before.
Texas Hold'em.
I know it's Beyonce.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to get Travis to guess it because I want to know if he knows.
I know that Beyonce sings this song. I don't know the name of the song. I don't know anything about it. I just know that this is her and this is her music.
Be take it to the floor. Hey! My kid loves this.
Yeah, this is fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought she was sneezing on the way to school. Woo! Hey! Thought she was. Yes. What are you doing? I'm singing the song, Dad. Oh, you know this song? Yes, I do.
This song's okay. Right?
Everyone knows this song, Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people were at her show last night? Do we know? Did she sell that place out?
When I left, I could hear it.
And
it was
okay.
packed in
Same
there.
here, man.
Yeah, it was packed in there.
We were sitting in the parking lot, and
Yeah.
dude, you hear everything.
Everything.
The crowd, her voice, man, it was crazy.
It's a couple of different nights, so it's been going on all week.
Okay.
So it's people were able to get some tickets as low as like $30 on the day of the concert, but it doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
There's a ton of people there, so
It's a pretty big venue.
I don't say it's sold out, but
Yeah.
it's hard to sell out that stadium.
Did you see the video of the lady in Brazil screaming for Lady Gaga?
No.
Please, you haven't seen that yet?
I saw it.
Oh my God, dude!
She's just
we have
losing her
crossed
mind.
over into worship. It's nuts, Gaga.
I will say that it has existed since the 60s. You
But,
know, the
dude.
Beatlemania, like it's been there forever.
Gaga! Like
It's got to be so surreal. That's got to be so. If you are
to
the
be
famous,
Gaga?
yes.
Oh, wow.
To have people literally lose their minds upon laying eyes on you.
I would walk out and say, dude, get up. Really? Get up.
Yeah, but
I'm a
there's
musician.
too many lunatics out there. Little breaking NBA news right here before DeMarco tells us why Luke is never going to get in shape. According to a tweet, this is Shams, correct,
Yes.
Em? Yeah, Shams tweeted, Greg Popovich is stepping away from his legendary 29-year run as San Antonio Spurs head basketball coach to become the full-time president of basketball operations. So obviously Pop has been in declining health over the last year or so, and it just this is not a surprise that Greg Popovich is no longer going to coach the Spurs.
I still think he's going to be coaching, just not coaching. Popovich is still in the building. Like Riley is still in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have his imprint on the team.
You wonder who his spolsterer will be.
Yeah, I wonder who he hires.
Yeah.
It's somebody he probably had hired before or is on his staff
I'm sure it's somebody that he has had targeted for that for a while.
I do think that I think it was Bill Simmons mentioned this on this podcast, but they're thinking about doing a kind of combination of former Spurs coaches and then kind of doing it by committee, having maybe one guy and a bunch of guys
That sounds like a
behind him.
terrible idea. You need somebody needs to be in charge.
Go get Tim Duncan, cut his hair, put him on the bench. Big fundamentals. Now teach him. I bet
Is he a coach?
His game is more transferable than anybody's.
Is he a coach?
Well, no.
Yeah, well,
but he's got Pop to help him out for that.
Well, look, Greg Popovich is in his 70s and in poor health. This is not Pat Riley, who was this is a little bit different than that. But I'm sure for a long time he's thought, when it's time for me to step aside, this is the man for the job. And I think we'll get
it targeted.
Yeah.
Popovich is 76, and like he's going to go until the wheels come off, and they're just about off. So good for him. Your pantheon of great coaches. Phil Jackson, top, red.
Yes.
Where do you put Pop?
Right there.
Right there in that group. Mount Rushmore.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Yeah. And Pat Riley's got to be on there too.
On there too. I mean, just fantastic coaches. This is what we do when guys like him step down. And wow, what are we going to do when we don't get to hear from Pop?
Have we heard from Pop?
Well, we used to hear from Pop a lot. It was either watch him do interviews or not give interviews. Then every now and then he would just give you something about what's going on in the world.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Maybe, I guess that's Steve Kerr now. Steve Kerr.
Yeah. And look, Kerr was at the right hand of Pop for a long time. He played for Pop. He coached with Pop. Like he's that guy. He is the guy that will tell you what's on his mind, what he believes, what he thinks, whether you like it or not. Like he's gonna this is what I think is going on in the world, and I think this sucks, and I think this is good, and That's what I think.
It's relieving when you hear a guy that's unafraid to share how he feels, and sometimes it mirrors how you feel. Yeah, and like, good, he said it. Yeah,
no, and because it's coming from a place where you don't feel like there's, it's what they think, it's what they believe. It's not necessarily
pretty well thought
out. Yes, it's a reasonable thing. So, Greg Popovich, 29-year run, Spurs head coach, coming to an end. He will be the full-time president of basketball operations. Why will Luka never get in shape, DeMarco?
Bro, I mean, look, it's like me trying to get taller. It just ain't going to happen. Me trying to get below 10% body fat. That would require a wholesale lifestyle change. Probably ain't going to happen. He's 25 years old. I just heard this morning. Every coach has had the same problem with him from the dawn of time. What makes you think he's going to change here?
I don't think that I'm not sure that he will. I'm hopeful that he will, but I would not bet my life on it.
I don't think he's going to become LeBron James overnight. I don't think that guy exists. And if he did, he might hurt himself.
I'm hopeful that while he's not new to the NBA, he is still a relatively young person. He is at least theoretically capable of changing. I think by the time you get into your 30s and 40s, you're kind of like, this is what it is, man. This isn't. But he's also not 16. Right? He's in his mid-20s. He's been in the league a long time. He clearly has never made this a priority in his life as an athlete.
Yeah.
Because he's so gifted, because he's such a talented scorer, because he can be one of the best players in the world playing like he does right now with extra weight, with it being injury prone. What's the incentive to do it? I'm crazy rich. I make all NBA teams. I'm still one of the best players. For who, for what kind of situation, right?
Right.
That being said, I'm at least hopeful, and I love that that JJ did what he did yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Which was, it was the very first thing out of his mouth. Number one, it was on page 1 of ESPN.com. It's on page 1 of Yahoo. It's on page 1 of USA Today. It's on page 1 of Sports Illustrated. Like,
how about the Slovenian Daily News?
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. And hopefully it's printed on bar napkins and wherever he's going
in Spanish,
next.
How many languages?
He speaks 4 or 5 different languages.
Yeah.
But it was, J.J. Redick says, and without having to read one of these, I'm going to tell you exactly what every one of these articles says. Lakers head coach J.J. Redick challenged his team to get into championship condition, period. While no one was mentioned by name, Luka Doncic, and then go from there. Everybody knew what he meant. Everybody knew who he was talking about. And I said it yesterday. It's up to you, man. Because Dallas was asking you for 5 or 6 or 7 years, and you just ignored it or didn't care or couldn't do it. The Lakers, in their and you've said this 100 times, and I think you're ahead of the curve. He's not guaranteed to stay here forever.
No.
They have to make him want to be here. It's going to be his decision.
That's the hell of having him.
Right?
Yes.
And the very first thing they did, and I give J.J. Redick the credit of sticking his neck out a little bit. And it's not like it's a bold take, but to challenge your best player or one of your best players for something that is at least implying a lack of discipline and saying, dude, we're going nowhere unless you fix this. That's a pretty big swing, but it's up to him. It is up to him.
I think the easier move is to find some rim protection. I think there's some guys out there, and just look and hope Luka gets into better shape, but to get into great shape, to be an all-around player like what you just saw with Ant Edwards, that ain't never going to happen. To have Luka turn into LeBron, never going to happen. He would have already been that guy by now. That's what I'm saying. The light doesn't come on.
I think I agree.
So get some rim protection. Help yourself. If you don't want to part ways with AR and you're going to put him and Luka on the court, then you got to get some rim protection.
Yeah.
And take the pressure off them having to stay in front of guys like Ant Edwards, Murray, everything else. Let them just do what they do.
I'm hoping there's a middle ground, and because I unfortunately, I agree with you. Unfortunately, I think if you are 6-7 years in your NBA career and everybody has been on your rear end from the moment you've come into the league.
And you've been great.
But they've been saying, dude, we know you're great. We love you, but you have to take your conditioning more seriously. And you just don't.
And I'm pointing to I just led the team in scoring.
I get
right.
it. But I think you're right in that light bulb is probably not going to go off. But what if it instead of it being on or off, what if we have a dimmer switch on this thing? What if he turns it up a little bit? And he's not going to be LeBron James. He's not going to do that level of fitness.
Awesome. Yeah.
But let's say he goes from what it's been to significantly better.
I think that
maybe
might be
not
what you
great,
just saw.
but just better.
Yeah.
But better than we just saw.
What if this is the high water mark as far as defense is concerned for him?
Then they're going to be exactly where they just were.
Unless you get some better rim protection and
but
take some of the heat off.
They did have rim protection. They
yeah.
have had a more complete roster in Dallas and other places. And they got further than the Lakers did this year. But this is not a solution. It doesn't fix the underlying problem where he still will be a bad defender. He still is likely to be injured more than a player who is a high-level fitness guy. You can cover some of it, but you can't cover all of it.
Right.
And if you're going to be a championship-level guy, that's a whole nother thing. And that was the very first words out of J.J. Redick's mouth, I think was a big deal. Radio's Clinton Yates in the house.
There's a couple of things about that. Number one, I've asked this question before, but when was the last time we saw Luka dunk a basketball? If you can't dunk, that's a conditioning problem. If you cannot dunk a basketball in an NBA basketball game.
I don't remember one in the Lakers uniform.
That to me, it certainly hasn't happened in a Lakers uniform. I don't recall. Period. Secondly, JJ went to also a LeBron James tried and true method, which is calling people in your camp individuals. When you hear somebody say there are certain individuals that need to do X or Y, then you know that people are being targeted with friendly fire. That word makes me laugh every time I hear it in a sports context because that's exactly right. Certain individuals are in shape. Others are not.
No, it was honestly would have been less aggressive had he said his name.
Yeah, said Luka.
Had he said, listen, let's address the elephant in the room. Does Luka need to get in better shape? Yes, he does.
Right.
And everybody would have gone, okay.
Yeah.
But the way that we have guys on this team that are in championship tape, everybody going, okay, that's LeBron. And we have others who aren't.
Right.
Okay, that's Luka.
That's Luka.
It was oddly aggressive.
Yes. For an
unnamed deal.
Where would you put AR in this? He's just overmatched, or because
let's do that next.
Okay, next
because I think that's a very good question. That where does he? Because I thought the press conference yesterday, they either are telling you what's up or they're trying to tell you what they want you to believe is actually up. Plus, the San Antonio Spurs have already taken the next step. They have hired their next head coach. It's all coming up. Strav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN. Next Gen is the official air conditioning, heating, plumbing, and electrical team of SoCal sports fans. And it is in the air, right? Spring is in the air, and that means that it's time for a fresh start. And did you know this? That indoor air can be 2 to 5 times more polluted than outdoor air? That dust, allergens, and pollutants build up in your ductwork and circulate through your home and can affect you and your family's health? That's true. That's why Next Gen is offering ESPN LA listeners a special spring cleaning deal to help you enjoy cleaner, safer air all season long. And for a limited time, homeowners can redeem a whole home air purifier that's worth $1,250 free with any whole home duct system replacement. That's right. You get to remove the dust, allergen, pollutants so you and your family can breathe cleaner, healthier air every day of the week. And Next Gen, they make it easy for you, right? They're open 7 days a week. They offer lifetime warranty options. They have financing options available. And, of course, that legendary Next Gen 5-star service. 833-3-NEXTGEN. That's the number. 833-3-NEXGEN and nextgenairandplumbing.com online.
With 4 goals in his last 3 matches, Danipo Wanga is heating up.
Denis pushes it into the 18 on his left foot, cuts it back to his right. Denis still on the ball, looking for the shot. Goal! Denis has scored to tie it!
Up next, the Black and Gold continue their march up the Western Conference table with a battle versus the Dynamo.
Oh, what a goal! It's a golazo for Denis Wanga!
LAFC hosts the Houston Dynamo. Coverage starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. In the market for new flooring? Why pay more at big box stores? At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR or visit them online at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Winning matters, especially after an accident. At calljacob.com, we're here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to calljacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED, because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds, through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs, with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
You want to make friends? You buy around for the bar.
Yeah.
Luka did that with parking. I thought that was fantastic.
Terrific.
Yes.
The Travis and DeMarco Show rolls on
LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
How about instead of buying parking next time we go to the gym?
That'd be nice.
That's just, do. You should do the up downs with him, DeMarco. Do the burpees with Luka.
Who is the foremost celebrity trainer in Los Angeles? Let's get him.
That's a good question.
Let's get him.
It was who? We had Billy Blanks for a while.
Yeah, Tybo.
Yeah,
there you go.
Tybo was on the top of the mountain for a long time.
I'm sure there's somebody that's the person that you're asking
it's
about.
Probably somebody on Peloton.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, because
okay.
somebody named somebody on Peloton, and I'm not on Peloton, and they were like, I'm surprised you don't know who that is, because he was some random brother on Peloton. And I was like, sorry, I don't know who all the black people on Peloton are.
AI overview tells me Gunnar Peterson.
There you go.
Harley Pasternak.
Get him.
Gunnar and Harley.
Whoever trains the Hemsworths.
Gunnar and Harley in the morning.
Get Luka.
That sounds like a morning show. Right. All right, here's who the San Antonio Spurs have hired. This is from Shams. Spurs are hiring assistant Mitch Johnson as the franchise's next head coach. Sources tell ESPN. Johnson has been an assistant in the Spurs program for a decade. He took over as interim coach in November and now earns the job as Greg Popovich's successor. So not a huge surprise.
Well, I mean, Michael Malone was in contention for that job. I would qualify that as a minor upset for those who are not super in the know on Spurs stuff.
Yeah, but if that guy'd been there for 10 years and he was the guy that they slid into the head chair.
Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I'm just saying that once Malone became available, it was like, okay, well, maybe he moves to the top of that. But
that idea of like, we'll do it by committee is like, dude,
no,
it's the joke from The Office. Well, we all know why submarines have two captains. You know, it's like you need a boss.
I'm curious, where do you sit on Pop and the whole Pop show when Pop was doing his interviews and making it tough on interviewers? And what he had to say and everything.
I don't know that I would qualify as what Pop did as making it tough. I think what Pop did was he showed who his sort of real personality was in terms of what he thought the necessity of those interviews were. And like it kind of added an element of, I think it also,
why are we doing this?
It kind of made them all better. Because when you see guys like Sedano now who do it, they get in, they get out, they get a couple of pieces of information that actually makes sense, and you move on. It's not some long, winding thing where you've got an open-ended mic shot or camera shot where you just don't know what's going to happen. It is understood now that is a short window that you've got to get that in. That's because Pop sort of technically directed all of those, back in the day.
He used to kill me. Like, Pop, you're down by 12. What do you have to do to get back in this game? Score.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny to me. Like,
look at Trey.
I would never take offense to it, but I see where you're coming from, but I didn't have
just
a problem.
don't do it.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. Like, whether it's Sedano or anybody else that's in that role, and they're there to do a job, man. They're there, and you understand, I get you for 25 seconds, whatever the number is.
Right.
If you're going to do that, then just don't do it.
It's
or send
not easy on this side.
Send an assistant over there to do it. This is the agreement that we've made. I didn't dragoon you into this moment.
It's true.
Right. Just either do it or don't.
Yes.
And if you're going to do it, play the game. Hey, you're down by 12. How do you get back in the game? We need to play better defense and hit the glass. Fine. I know it's worthless, but it's better than you looking at somebody and making them feel small and stupid.
Score.
All right.
Yeah.
Standing up for the journalist, Trav. I appreciate that.
Well, it's just
I get what you're saying.
You're making someone feel small for no reason.
Right.
Quite frankly, it was borderline bullying.
But he enjoyed it with Sager, though.
Yeah.
He enjoyed that part of it. Yeah, they were having fun.
There's this give and take, and we're doing a thing because that's a little different than just being a pain in the ass.
Yeah, right.
Well, Pop, though, overall, though, just a tremendous guy in terms of, not to get too far into it, but guy spoke his mind. You know what I'm saying? Things in America. The guy was like, yeah, I'll say what I want to say. Armed Forces guy as well. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he was coming out of left field with it.
No.
That dude is a great dude.
You're not going to fire him.
No.
Well, no. I mean, it's not even about that. It's just that
Pop,
he was a guy in a position for a long time to say a lot of things that a lot of other people don't do, and he did them. That's what I'm always going to remember about
Steve Kerr
him.
just assumed the mantle of
Exactly.
that.
That's correct. That's exactly right.
Steve Kerr will be the guy that does that until he decides he's had enough.
He's going to do something.
Yeah. You mentioned that where does Austin Reeves fall? Do you mean like in the responsibility?
Well, just in the JJ soundbite when he says, what did you say? The certain individuals.
Yeah.
And we all took it to mean Luka, and I agree with that. But it could be AR too, or how do you explain his kind of no-show?
Had it been
his production dropped in the postseason?
It absolutely
I'm just
did.
overmatched, or I need to get in better shape?
He had a bad postseason, and I think that the way we think of him is different today than it was 2 weeks ago, and I think it's impossible not to. But what JJ said had nothing to do. Austin Reeves' problem wasn't that he wasn't in good enough shape. It's that he got manhandled. Like we talked about yesterday. If it was he needs to get stronger, that might include Austin Reeves. If we need to find a way to manage our emotions a little better, maybe. But we need to get in better condition. That's literally one person.
I also think there's a lot to this, and I say this all the time when teams, particularly the Lakers and Lakers fans, say we need to get this guy, we need to get that guy. Sometimes you just need to improve your game in the offseason, and I think that's as much where Austin Reeves is as anything, and that's why Rob Pelinka said as much. He said we're not getting rid of AR most likely. You know what I mean? And that's
most likely.
That's what. But to me, the thing is though, right? But like there's. Again, the problem that this team falls into all the time is trying to rotate dudes in and out. They think they can find a different player to be better than this player every time. Sometimes you just got to get better at basketball.
You know what John Ireland. Star effing driven town.
Yeah, and it's like, to me, this was the problem with the 2020 team. They won the daggone thing, and Pelinka wanted to get rid of everybody. And I'm not saying this team is so good that you got to keep everybody, but I don't know what you're going to get for Austin Reeves that's not going to be worth him just improving with what you've already built upon.
I think all of these things need to happen simultaneously. And I know you can't, put all the sliders up to 10. It doesn't work like that. One goes up, something else got to come down. I understand. Austin Reeves, I think we got a pretty good look at. We were talking about big threes and things like that. No. And initially I'm like, hold up a second. And
big 2.7.
It's one of those. He is the best version of a role player that you can find in the NBA.
I like
that you're going to have moments where he's terrific. He can win you some games here and there. But a star, a genuine difference maker, night in and night out, their delta is very small. They give you even when they're bad, it's kind of the same thing, and it's different variations of pretty darn good. He had too many clunkers to be in that group.
And I don't think there's coaching that can help you. The only way you can stop from being looked at as food is you by other people. I don't think JJ can hide you. I don't think rim protection could hide you. That's you.
Well, that's where getting better becomes a thing.
Absolutely.
And the other issue here is asset management, in that if you get rid of AR in order to get somebody who you think is better at whatever that big three purported position is that Travis mentions, well, then you lose AR also as the role player. And whether or not you can replace the role player as you have gotten the star as well, that's the major issue. And that's where the constant turnover becomes a factor, because your bench, becomes completely thin. And that's where asset management is important, because you got to find a way to add without getting rid of everything you already have.
Can't replace that. Can't replace Luka. I think AR, you might be able to.
Let's take a listen to this. This is Rob Pelinka yesterday during the press conference.
The level of confidence in Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and Luka Doncic is at an all-time high still. So no change in how we feel about those three guys. And in terms of assessing it, we lost the series, so we did not accomplish what we wanted to do, which was win in this series. But in every series, to me, it's like a game of chess. You learn, and then when you get to play the game the next time, you're better. But I think those three guys have incredible promise playing together. And we will collectively do a better job to make sure they're surrounded with the right pieces to have ultimate success. And we talked at the beginning what ultimate success is here, and we're going to put in the work to allow that group of guys to win a championship.
Okay, so we can start this conversation now. We can continue it coming up at 10 o'clock. We're going to do our draft here in just a little bit, but that is the best example of what was a recurring theme during the press conference yesterday, which is when Rob Pelinka and J.J. Redick were talking about the future of this team, it was LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves. LeBron James, Luka Doncic, Austin Reeves. And two ways to look at this. That's the future of the team. This is the three guys, and we'll figure the rest of it out. Or we want to make it seem like he is the third person in this three-headed monster so we can really leverage it if we need to flip this for something else.
Just don't know that I trust him enough to find that player that's going to be worth the time it's going to take to fit into the system with the Luka stuff, with the LeBron stuff, at the same time, who's as good as AR. I really honestly don't know if that juice is worth the squeeze.
He's a good player.
Which is the hard part. Yeah.
He is a good player. I just wonder if that was an attempt to make Reeves feel important and special and an equal partner in this, or whether this was a little bit of a poker play.
Right. All of the above.
Yeah, you think it's all of it?
I get it. I mean, I think they have to believe it. I think they have to believe it in order for the poker play to even make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and that's part of the thing, because you can't just be phony about that. We already saw what happened with Dalton.
If you just fast forward to the beginning of next season, and Austin Reeves were not on this team, I would be surprised but not shocked.
No, me neither.
I think that's where I would be surprised but not shocked.
Again, but you know how I am, Travis. I don't have a problem with talking about deals, but tell me the player.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this idea of just throwing trades out into the ether. You can get a guy. Who you going to get?
All right, tell me the player.
Yes.
Ready? Somebody just sent me this. My buddy G-Fish just sent me this.
Yeah.
Through May 1st, via Baseball Reference, who is the Los Angeles Dodgers team leader in WAR?
In WAR.
Is it Edman?
No.
It is not Tommy Edman.
Teo.
No.
That's two guesses from us.
It ain't Muncy.
No.
It's absolutely not Muncy. Who is it?
Andy Pajes.
Andy Pajes. No way.
Mr. Expendable for you.
Andy Pajes.
Wow.
Right?
That's wild.
Check in with me on June 1st.
Yes, sir.
Let's see how that looks. Our draft is coming up next.
The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
This is the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Now weekdays 9 a.m. to noon on LA's mega sports station.
710 ESPN.
It's a snake draft.
It is a snake draft, and this is playing because you might think of the Oilers last night as the big evil. And we're going to draft
4 years in a row, certainly qualifies.
We're going to draft LA nemesis. Not just sports related, it could be anything, pop culture, just the thing of living here. But I thought of this because of the Oilers being a nemesis of the LA Kings.
I like it.
So the order is Emily, DeMarco, Jorge, Travis. Three each, 12 total. That's all looking from the graphic, right, Reese?
Yes.
Thanks.
No, he doesn't speak Spanish.
Yes.
Yes. C.
C.
We.
C.
Is that even yes? Okay, so I'm going first, and I'm gonna go with this one because I watched it happen, and I'm not gonna pull from the past that I didn't experience. So I've experienced this one, and it wasn't even before I was here in LA. It was back when I was on the East Coast, but just the vitriol that comes for this guy. Especially also here living in LA. If you see anybody wearing this hat, you're like, get that off your head. I'm going to go with Jose Altuve.
Great choice.
And the whole covering up your jersey because he's so modest after he hit the home run, and it's just, Jose Altuve.
It's a great. He is one of three people that are equally despised from that team. It's a great choice.
And those other two could still be picked.
Sure.
All right, DeMarco, your pick.
My personal nemesis in L.A., 170 feet of hell, the Santa Monica Stairs.
That is steep as hell,
oh, my
by
God.
the way.
The wood or the cement. Oh, my God, yes.
The wood feels like it's going to break every time you hit it, too.
If you say we're going to run the stairs on Saturday, I'm thinking about that on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm planning my whole week for the Santa Monica Stairs. Just hell. Absolute hell up those wood stairs. That's my nemesis.
That's a very good choice.
That is a good choice. Jorge.
Man, LA traffic.
Oh, yeah.
LA traffic. It takes me, what should take you 40 minutes to get somewhere, it takes you about an hour and a half.
But then what could you complain about?
I mean,
true.
I mean, it's such a part of small talk here in Los Angeles that traffic almost feels like a lovely companion.
It's our identity. I mean, there's a reason there's an SNL skit entirely devoted to our interest in avoiding it.
How you got somewhere.
Yeah, well, and the only reason we tell people how we got it is because we're trying to avoid that snarl at that particular spot.
True.
No one wants to be at the 405 101 interchange ever. And so you got to go to Cahuenga over the pass.
My joke is, you know why they call it 405? Because you go 4 or 5 miles an hour.
That's right.
True.
That's
right. True.
Okay, Travis, you have two.
The first one is something that in this city, generally speaking, this is not a big deal. But in this city, it is a huge deal, and it makes everything worse the rain.
Oh.
That when it rains here, people start driving into each other. When it rains here, it causes mudslides. When it rains here, it causes the brush to grow, which leads to more devastating fires. That rain here is just, it brings the city to a grinding halt. Everywhere else it rains and they go, okay. and here it's like, oh my God, it's raining. And
it's a great excuse to get out of something.
They send the news crews to the grapevine because guess what happens if it rains and it gets cold? A little bit of snow. And it's the apocalypse when it happens here. So I will take rain at the top of my list. Number 2, I'm going to take the Celtics. I mean, it's I'll take the Celtics collectively. I thought about maybe taking Larry Bird or Danny Ainge or Kevin McHale or any of those guys that were just constant. Bill Walton was just awful during the 80s when he was with the Celtics waving his towel. ML Carr, all of those guys. So I'm not picking one. I'm taking the whole thing. The Boston Celtics, no matter how old you are, whether you're my parents' age, my kids, you have had a Celtic in the way of something you want at some point.
It's a freaking choice when you go out and you're wearing Celtics gear.
Yeah.
That's a choice, no doubt.
And I'm surprised it got to the second round.
I am too.
Yeah.
I thought it would be off the board.
Okay, Jorge, second pick.
All right, so I'm going to stick with traffic here. Follow me. So I'm going to go with El Tráfico. So meaning LA Galaxy. Those guys think they're the Lakers. I mean, they got the rings, but they're in Carson.
Wow.
We're right here in L.A. So, the Galaxy is, that villain team, soccer team.
You really hate them, don't you?
Hey.
Okay. Now you see how I feel about your squad.
So, LA Galaxy.
DeMarco.
Well, can I kind of piggyback off Jorge for a minute? Because the minute you see these, you just get so frustrated because there's nothing you can do. Traffic cones. When you start to see cones or those arrows, and you can see them from
construction.
Yes, like from a mile away, you can start to see there's an arrow that says
they're taking a lane away.
Everybody's moving over to the. Oh no! I got 15 minutes. Are you kidding me? Can't stand traffic cones or landscaping trucks. Why now? Why?
Well, how about when all the crud's flying out of the back, too?
Yes.
All the grass or leaves or whatever that's in the back of those things, yeah.
Well, George would know because we travel the same roads. There's like these 2-lane roads. And if one is blocked, we're all hosed.
Yeah.
And it's during school traffic. So no one, why? Wait an hour, we're all gone.
I love it.
Hate those.
I love it.
All right, so I have 2. I'm going to go with one that's a little bit of a stereotype about the city, but it also been very true. Very true of many people in this station. I think it's a main nemesis of many people in this station. You guys like to talk about it all the time. And I want to say, I'm going to combine 2, but it's carbs.
Oh.
Nemesis of Los Angeles is carbs. People hate carbs here. Gluten. Everyone has a gluten intolerance or are gluten-free, as well as everyone on the station is on a freaking diet all the time. That's all you guys talk about. Like go listen to Sedano Cat for 5 minutes. They talk about juicing and diets all the time.
Juicing?
So, carbs/diet.
Steroids?
No, like you
juicing.
Juice your carrot
Juice
and
cleanse.
your
Juice
wheatgrass.
cleanse.
Yes.
Yes. Sedano loves juice cleanse. I'm not saying this to be mean to anybody else, but I can't stand diet talk. And I hate LA for this. So it's my personal nemesis, but carbs/diet talk.
I like that.
Too many damn donut stores around here, too.
I just ate one, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you, Steffa, for bringing carbs and lovely things into our
sugar.
lives.
When there are donuts here, which is occasionally,
you can't say no.
I will say no more often than I say yes, but I just ate an entire
one.
donut. I already did. And it was chocolate and had chopped peanuts on the top.
And it was glorious,
and it was
wasn't it?
fantastic.
Yes, there you go.
My last one is going to be a specific LA team, and it's going to be the Chargers to themselves.
Oh,
Chargering.
good.
Their nemesis is their own
existence,
their own Chargerness of it all. So I think for the graphic purposes, I'm going to say Chargering. But yeah, carbs/diets and Chargers.
Don't hate Herbert. Don't hate Harbaugh, though.
I don't. The Chargers individually, I don't dislike. The Chargers as a thing bother me. If that makes any
Chargers
sense.
here as a thing bothers you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. But I don't hate Harbaugh.
And maybe it's because I'm an LA native that the Chargers belong in San Diego. They just belong in San Diego.
I'm still trying to get used to it. Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Who's up?
And you got DeMarco.
Am I up? Oh, well, you know who it is. The entire frickin' team, from start to finish, inception to now, the hated,
I know where you're going.
The worst guy. What is it? Bang Bang Niner, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The San Francisco bums.
I love calling people bums.
Thank you.
It's my new favorite thing. I call a lot of people bums.
The San Francisco 40 bums.
40 bummers.
Yes, can't stand them. Any of them. All of them. Hated my time in that uniform. All of them. Yes. Including you, Jorge.
Thank you.
Oh, Jorge, your last pick.
Well, I'm going to stick my theme here. I'm going to go with street parking and those confusing as hell parking signs that say 2 hours only Monday through Friday, and then 2 hours except on Wednesdays.
Or if you have a sticker.
Or if you have a sticker, yes.
Yeah,
just
all permits exempt from this.
Wow.
Parking
tow
signs,
away.
Yes.
Or on school days only, or from only like 7 to 9, and then from 2 to 4. Clearly, that's just for school. But let's just, if you have to have more than one sign,
you got to put an addendum on it.
I'm not parking there.
Here's the thing. Instead of giving kids the SAT and the reading comprehension portion, just say, what is this parking? When can I park at this place?
Right.
Correct.
And the answer is nobody knows.
When's the last time you got a parking ticket?
You ready?
Yeah.
I've never gotten a parking ticket.
Ever?
No.
Good for you.
But you did get your ticket last week.
I did.
Yeah.
That
but
was
is
it.
that your first ticket?
That was for the phone.
That was not my first. It was my first ticket in 30 years.
Okay.
Yeah, that was for being an irresponsible motorist, not parking in the wrong spot.
I got one at the beach, and it was like $65.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
That's why I don't get them.
Yeah, they're always between like 65 and like 75, which is just enough that you're like, ugh.
And the dude saw me.
Yeah,
he saw me.
Yes,
I'm down there. You could have just waved.
Well, they're not going to do that because they're going to make money.
I said, "What's up on the way down?" Just let me know. I'll come up, put a quarter in.
No, he's a 3, 2, 1. Rip. There you go.
There you go.
All right,
And the thing is, that's how cities make money.
I know.
Last one, Travis.
So this is very specific to me, but it's also specific to the team that I root for and their long-time nemesis. But I'm gonna make it more specific. There was a season in the early 1980s where the Dodgers were one of the best teams in baseball, and they were playing against an absolutely horrific San Francisco Giants team on the last day of the year. The Dodgers needed to beat the Giants to get into the playoffs. The Giants were awful. Dodgers were pretty good. They were just about to, and this is when you had to win the division to go to the playoffs. And Joe Morgan, who was well past his prime at this point.
Yes.
Like, Joe Morgan's a Hall of Fame player.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Morgan is a great player. Multiple-time MVP, great player. But not at this point in his career, he was not. And this dude goes deep to beat the Dodgers, and all 5'0" of him is running around the bases with his fist in the air like he just won the World Series.
Wow.
And it was just because they knocked the Dodgers out. They didn't win anything. I think they finished in last place that season. But Joe Morgan's running around like he won, and Joe Morgan had won the World Series multiple times, and he was celebrating like it was the end of the world. So I've never gotten over that. Joe Morgan is on my list because he is the perfect representation of the San Francisco Giants.
You're the only person in the world that hates Joe Morgan.
I don't hate Joe Morgan. I hate Joe Morgan that particular second.
You would do the same thing if you
Of course
knocked
I
your
would.
rival out. Yes.
Of course I would, but that's not what we're talking about. That the question wasn't, would you act like a you-know-what? The question is, did I like that? And no, I did
you
not.
did not. Okay.
And if we have any nemesis for Los Angeles that we left off, tweet at us, call us. We want to know who you guys think is big LA nemesis.
See, no one in here picked the Clippers.
Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Dude,
because they're not
stop
a nemesis.
That.
This is the thing. Like
no one picked the Clippers.
And by the way, they won last night. They're still alive. They're the only team that's still alive in the postseason. I've never, and I think this was a good example of this. I don't think people actively they don't pay the Clippers any regard at all.
At all.
Yeah,
it's
it's again, I've said
you
this a million
ignore them.
times. Hate is not the opposite of love.
Right.
Apathy is the opposite of love. I don't care what happens to you.
Was it Graham last night that was with us?
Yeah.
Am I going to be mad if the Clippers are still in it and the Lakers are out? Like, why? Why?
Are you mad that the Cleveland Cavaliers are still in it?
No.
And that's my point.
Just another team.
It's just another team.
Right. They just happen to be here.
They just happen to occupy similar geography.
Yeah, and I got a soft spot a little bit for the Clips.
I didn't know you had season tickets for a couple of years.
I did, for 2 years. The Sam Cassell, Elton Brand, Corey Maggette, Cat Mobley era. Dunleavy was the coach.
Yeah.
Chris Kaman was
Mobley. That's great.
Chris Kaman was the best post player I've ever seen that couldn't finish. Oh my God, he had great post moves. Just dunk the damn ball.
Long-time NBA player. All right, the Lakers. We'll go back to them. And where do you start if you're prioritizing what you need to get done? Do you do one thing or you try to do all the things? That's coming up next. But listen up right now. 877-710-ESPN. 877-710-3776. And you've got a chance to win the Mother's Day platter from Mercado Gonzalez and Pronto Catering. You just have to know the answer to the question from the hints we've been dropping all week long. So give us a call. You got a chance to win an incredible platter from Mercado Gonzalez and Pronto Catering, 877-710-ESPN. It's all coming up. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A good karma brands radio station.
Ready for a delicious escape? The New Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Hey, it's Mace. Looking for some fun and excitement? You got to check out Chumba Casino. It's 100% free to play. No purchase required. Enjoy hundreds of thrilling social casino games anytime, anywhere, like bingo, slingo, slots, and solitaire. Get in the action. Play now for a chance to redeem some serious prizes at ChumbaCasino.com.
Available only to players in the U.S., excluding Delaware, Washington, Michigan, Montana, Connecticut, and Nevada, and Canada, excluding Quebec. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Sometimes an identity threat is a ring of professional hackers. And sometimes it's an overworked accountant who forgot to encrypt their connection while sending bank details.
I need a coffee.
And you need LifeLock, because your info is in endless places. It only takes one mistake to expose you to identity theft. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Ruby on the beat. Bang, bang, Niner gang. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Hey, man.
Bang, bang, Niner gang.
Hey, bro. Last time.
Thank
I
you,
ain't
Jonathan
playing.
Watson on Twitter. He's
Look,
like, hey, you should play Bang Bang for DeMarco. You should play this for DeMarco.
I will fight you and E40 all at the same time. Let's go.
All right, 877-710-ESPN. That's the phone number. We're going to ask you a question that we've been hinting at all week long. And if you get the question right, if you're the first person to get it right, you're going to win a Mother's Day platter from Mercado Gonzalez, Pronto Catering, and it's awesome. It's a full tray of pollo asada, full tray of cheese enchiladas, half tray of Mexican rice and refried beans, pistachio cake, but you got to get the question right. So the number, 877-710-ESPN. Give us a call right now. We're going to start with Gustavo in Bell. Gustavo, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, Gustavo, here's the question. What is my favorite item to eat from Mercado Gonzalez?
Oh, man. I thought you were going to... It's not the sushi, that's for sure.
That's at Albertsons.
Yeah, I know. The enchiladas?
No, good guess, but that is incorrect. That is incorrect. We're going to try again. Good try, Gustavo. Let's go to Whittier for our next stop. And Mark, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Same question to you, Mark. What is my favorite item to eat?
Wait, go ahead.
What is my favorite item to eat? Travis's favorite item to eat at Mercado Gonzalez.
Carnitas.
There we go. Mark, well done, my friend. You win the Mother's Day platter. Like I said, a full tray of pollo asada, full tray of enchiladas, cheese enchiladas, half a tray each of Mexican rice, refried beans, pistachio cake. Congratulations to you. You got to pick that up on Mother's Day. Well done, Mark.
Nice. He's at
All
work.
right, cool.
He's
All
at
right.
work.
Go
He's
ahead.
definitely
Go
at
ahead.
work.
Yeah, good job, Mark.
Yeah.
All right, Emily will get your information right there. And you didn't win this time, but there are family gatherings, there are lunches, there are birthday parties, all of the special occasions that we all have coming up. And Pronto Catering has got you covered. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner offerings with pickup time starting at 7 in the morning and ending at 9 o'clock at night, 7 days a week. So there is going to be a time that works for you. Each order includes plates, cutlery, serving utensils, and napkins. So head over to Mercado Gonzalez and their website. Click the Pronto Catering tab and place your order. See you at pickup. Mark wins.
I'm working on this list. Help me out with this.
Yeah.
New faces of the NBA, because Steph, LeBron, eventually they're about to be done.
Yep.
Who else is an old guy? That's KD.
Oh, yeah, KD for sure.
Old guy about to be done. So my new faces.
Okay.
Jalen Brunson.
Okay.
Fair, right? Jamal
Sure.
Murray.
No, not good enough.
Not good enough?
He's great, but he's
lighting them up right now.
Not the face of the league. He's not a good enough.
He's in the shadow of Jokic.
He's not even the best player on his own team.
Okay, Jason Tatum, definitely.
For sure.
Ant.
For sure.
Luka.
For sure.
SGA.
For sure.
Do you count Joker?
Yes. He's a tweener.
He's a tweener.
Like he's not
mid-age.
He's neither young nor old.
Okay.
He's kind of in the middle. And he can always be the face of the league because he's the best player.
Yeah.
But there does need to be the face of the league, you need to talk. He doesn't talk a ton.
True.
And you need to be,
accessible?
Because he's not inaccessible.
Well, kind of.
But he's he's not, and bear with me here.
Go ahead.
Okay. He's a great basketball player. He's not particularly interesting.
He's not a pitch man.
He's not, He's like, and it's a credit to him that the only two things we know about him, he's great at basketball.
Loves horses.
And he loves horses.
And his brothers show up.
Yeah. Like we don't, and that's how he wants it, and that's great. You cannot be the guy standing in front like, hey guys, we're all here.
Right over your shoulder, 2 seconds as you were reading the Mercado spot, there was an ad for Cheez-Its with Jimmy Butler.
Okay.
And it actually makes sense. He looks like a superstar. I couldn't hear what he had to say, but it looks like they gave him some lines.
Sure.
If that was Jokic, he'd just be standing there probably.
I mean, he did do the Gru thing for Despicable Me last year, so he's not
that was awesome.
Statue.
But he walked in as Gru and we talked. He didn't say a word.
He doesn't want it. There's a little bit of the Mike Trout syndrome in this. It's like, it's not that you're not good enough. It's that clearly it's not something that he's actively seeking, or he would have it.
Right. I think so. I think you could have it if you were a little more gregarious.
Sure.
He's just not that guy.
He just didn't want it.
So the other one, should I even remotely put AR on this list?
No.
Not even close?
No.
Well, there's your answer right there.
Yeah.
I mean, not even close to the list?
No. He's not even the second best player on his own team.
Won't even be an all-star at some point? Maybe.
I wouldn't close the door on that.
Yeah.
Because he's a Laker, and so people are going to see him, and they're going to like him.
Right. But you'll get the rub.
To be the face of the league, at minimum, you have to be the best player on your team. And quite frankly,
you're not going to be that guy.
You need to be one of the 3 or 4 best players in the whole league.
Probably
and he's
not.
None of those things.
No, but as emerging stars, I mean, maybe Jalen Brunson is a guy that I would love to say that's going to be the next guy for a while. But even him, he's on the East Coast.
I thought it's going to be super regional, to just like the Knicks fans are going to love him.
Yeah.
He might be a beloved Knick.
Now, what Brunson's really fun to watch.
He is.
Like, he's super fun to watch. Because he's small. By NBA standards, that he doesn't. When you look at LeBron James, it's like it's a superhero.
Right.
And Steph Curry has a superpower where he can shoot the ball from 50 feet.
And not look.
Brunson, follow me on this, looks and plays like a regular person.
He does.
Like,
he really does.
He's a normal size. He doesn't do the thing where he's jacking 40-footers and you expect he's just great.
He's a good player.
He's just a really good player, and he's on the Knicks. That helps.
I heard Greeny, and he likened him to a guy I haven't thought about in years, but it made total sense. Bernard King. A player you can't sleep on.
Yeah.
May not win a championship,
Yeah.
but every time you face him in a series, he's the one that's hurting you.
There's an element to what we're talking about that it's very hard to define, but you know it when you see it. And LeBron has had it and continues to have it, where it's just, even if you don't like him, I'm watching you. I'm paying attention to what you do. Curry has it. I have to see what you're going to do next. I cannot take my. You know who has it? Luka.
Luka has part of it.
Luka has, and part of it is there's a little bit of a negativity to it. Like, let me see how tired this guy gets tonight.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of kind of rooting against him from other people. Like, see,
you're looking for it.
You're
looking for the holes. He's got the hardest part, the offensive game.
Yeah.
He's got that in spades. The other guy you have to look out for is the guy that just beat you, is Ant Edwards.
Yeah.
Stephen A. made this point, and I agree. If he makes it out of the West, that means he just beat LeBron and Luka, Steph, SGA, and Joker. If you make it out of the West into the finals, regardless of how you've done, it may be him that guy.
It might be. And he has that thing where, what's he going to do?
Right.
Like, he's
on and off the court.
He's a little, like we were talking about with Mace the other day, a little bit of a live wire.
Right.
Like, he's a little bit of a live wire. Like, let's see what happens next.
Yes.
This is what works against a great player like Jason Tatum.
Yeah,
Jason Tatum is, think about it. Jason Tatum's on a marquee franchise.
Boston.
He's their best player.
But he's zero personality.
He just won a title.
Yeah.
He's been really good for a really long time.
He's great.
Yes, he is.
But
and it's like,
what can you see him pitching or selling?
That's what I'm saying. It's like he's not. He doesn't have that thing where it's like, I can't wait to watch him more. You watch him, you're like, oh, that guy's awesome.
I know what he can sell.
He's a great player.
Headphones. Just don't say anything. Just put the headphones on and walk through.
It's not even like for me at least, can you sell, widgets? It's can I take my eyes off of you? Yeah, I can.
On the floor, I can't. On the floor, I cannot. I watch him.
I watch him too. Yeah. It's not that you turn away from it, but it's not like when Anthony Edwards is on the floor, when he doesn't have the ball, you're staring at him.
Watching.
Like, what's he going to do?
For me, I think it's face of the league wise of, if I have nothing to do and my team's not playing, will I turn my TV on to watch that person? And for me, right now, it's really just Steph Curry.
Oh, yeah. I'd watch Joker.
It's still there for me.
I'd watch Joker.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. The other one too, and is Wembanyama on that list?
Not for me, but
not
it
yet.
Can be for other people.
Yeah.
Kind of like Giannis for Wemby. Anybody that can go, coast to coast on one dribble, I need to see that.
The Wembanyama thing isn't personality driven, and at least not yet. It's not game driven, although he's very, very good.
Yeah.
Can't believe what I'm looking at.
Right.
Like, it's more of this is wild.
Did he just miss a three, get his own rebound, and dunk it?
Yeah, and he's even
he did
in
that.
the NBA where everybody's 6'9".
Right.
You're like, what the hell is that?
Special.
Like, he's just so much taller than everybody else, and he moves so athletically for a person. Like, you get guys that big, they almost always look clumsy and weird.
I forgot about that. You're right.
Yeah.
That's it. Wemby, that's it. I just crossed everybody else. Wemby is the next face of the league, period.
And he's competitive. Like, he
wants to win.
He's not going to just kind of sit back and let it come his way. He's a competitive guy.
This is why I don't want to do USA versus the world, because I think we might lose.
Oh, I don't care about that.
I do.
I don't at all.
There's a lot of firepower coming the other way.
Quite frankly, I might be rooting against us. Frankly, honestly, like,
right.
I'm good on a lot of that stuff.
I'll tell you what. We'll play the world outdoors on the blacktop.
But who wins? If it's the world, what is it? Does France feel good about itself?
NBA?
Does Canada?
No, the NBA wins because they're all here.
That's why that hockey thing worked.
Yeah.
It's because Canada won.
You're playing for your country.
You're playing, or in this case, Finland could have won. Sweden could have won. The Americans could have won. If it's just the U.S. against everybody else, it's like,
I do kind of like defend your sport. But it's not really an American sport. It's actually a Canadian sport. But defend your sport. That's fun.
Yeah.
Don't you feel that same way with baseball sometimes? Defend your sport?
No.
No?
What I care about those things, and the reason I like the WBC in baseball, the players care.
They do.
They do.
Big time.
And the reason that Four Nations hockey thing worked,
they cared.
The players, they were punching each other in the face 2 seconds into the game.
Right.
They cared. The NBA, in their all-star formats, at least in America, they don't give a damn. They go out there and it's a joke.
I'd like to see it. They might for this.
I
might
so,
for this.
But unless they do, there's not a format tweak that's going to make it good. It's the players need to collectively decide, hey, you know what? Let's try to win. Let's play this like it's a real thing and try to go win it, as opposed to, hey, let's throw lobs and laugh for 2 hours.
That's the All-Stars. That's stupid stuff.
It's stupid, and it feels, until you care about the result, the format is meaningless.
I've issued an open challenge to Canada for years. Bring your Grey Cup champion down here, and let's have one game. One game. Bring your guy down here and let's see what happens.
Talent level very different,
and the game is different.
Yeah,
their end zones are deeper. The field's
is wider.
A different
shape. There's fewer downs.
Fewer downs.
Yeah, there's weird stuff going on.
If they allowed forward motion like they do in the CFL and the NFL,
that.
You'd score 1 million points a game.
Ty
Hill with a running start, forget it.
They do it in the CFL. They do it in the Arena League too, where if you get a head start,
forget it.
Break.
The only thing I don't like about the CFL is you make the defensive lineman line up a yard off the ball. That's ridiculous. Well, I'm giving away the run. Come on.
You only get 3 downs. You got to make stuff happen.
That's their answer.
You got to make stuff happen.
Well, give us a fourth. Come on.
Bigger or deeper? That's next. It's Trav and DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Sellers Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs, agents, or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Sellers Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $10,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no-obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Sellers Advantage.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason in Ireland on 710.
I don't know which one of you two said something about Marty McSorley looking a little rough.
Who picked on Marty McSorley?
It's Morales.
It's Morales. He's a troll, Luke.
He's a troll. Who was it?
No, it's Chris Morales. As a matter of fact, he's a professional troll. Oh, he called you?
He said he would like to come in and have a one-to-one talk and explain to him all the injuries and maybe show him all the injuries that have happened.
Marty should come in. He should bring his bent stick.
I kind of agree.
He should whack him in the head.
By the way, he would never be more popular, Luke, if he came in here and roughed up Morales.
That's one guy you don't want to mess with. Marty McSorley's the
wrong
guy.
I was going to say, if you were going to pick on anyone in the history of the Kings franchise, Marty might be literally the last guy.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Next at noon.
Mason in Ireland on 710 ESPN.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN. Your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Come on, girl, tell me how you feel.
Bang, bang.
No.
So we were talking about our trip to Cosm last night, which was great. First time I got a chance to experience that, and I would do it again in a second.
Heartbeat.
Just the immersion of that arena dome, it's really hard to describe until you've seen it, because it really does feel like you're sitting in the arena watching the game until they cut to that other angle where it feels like you're on the field of play, or last night on the ice.
Right there.
It's just crazy.
Jorge sent me the hype video, the one I missed when I left early.
Yeah.
There's a shot of it seems like you're right in the net in soccer.
Yes.
You're right behind the goaltender.
Yes.
The Freddie Freeman grand slam. Come on, dude.
Yeah.
Right there.
It's great.
The hair stood up on the back of my neck. And the UFC, I felt like I was getting punched.
Dude, when that one guy got kicked in the head,
Can't wait.
It's like you almost feel the impact.
Can't wait.
It was wild.
Shevchenko's going recent. I can't wait to see her fight again.
Even outside of the dome, the general admission has top tier lounge space.
Oh yeah,
the chairs are really nice.
It.
The quality of everything at Cosm is incredible, and you don't have to be in the dome to have a great experience. It turns into the bottom floor is like a sports bar, a really really nice sports bar where everything's clean, everything's attended to. TVs are great, so you don't have to necessarily be in the dome to have a great experience. But the dome also puts it up to another level.
Dome's a whole nother level.
Yeah.
I know that when you first came into the league and until you guys got very, very good and ultimately won the Super Bowl, the Niners were your nemesis, right? Did you ever have something like what the Kings are dealing with? The Kings have not beat Edmonton in a playoff series since 1989.
Yeah.
They've lost to them 4 years in a row in the first round.
When I came into the NFL in 94, the Rams had lost 10 straight.
Okay.
To the 49ers.
Okay.
So I was kind of jumped into the rivalry by Jackie Slater. Everything that was funny is not funny. We got to beat these guys.
Right.
And then I think we ended the streak at 17.
Oof.
They beat us 17 times in a row. Yeah. So I understand what the Kings feel when one team thinks that they're just better than you when they take the field.
How many times did you make the playoffs in your career?
Twice.
So 1 year, obviously,
the last two,
you won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
And then the next year, you lost to Minnesota?
No, we lost to New Orleans. We gave them their first playoff win ever.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because look, there's rivalries, and the Kings and the Edmonton Oilers have been playing each other for a very long time, but just 4 years in a row in the first round, and this year the Kings had a better regular season record. The Kings were terrific at home this year. The Kings had, at least on paper, the better team. They had the lead in all 6 games. They had the lead in the third period in games 3 and 4. They lost 4 in a row to the same guys again for the 4th year in a row. That's just got to be nauseating.
I couldn't hear him. I was watching it with Emily. We were talking about his clothes more than anything else. PK Subban.
Yeah.
The suit he was wearing.
Let's get a tailor on that.
Super interesting.
Yeah.
It looked comfy, at
It
least.
did. Looked like pajamas.
Yeah. Your suit should not look... Comfort is not the first function of a suit.
They were like a mix of a pajama and a suit.
It was awesome, though. I liked it. I might rock that at some point. And is it Butchercross?
Yeah.
Suit and Vans.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd see that combo.
Yeah, it looked good.
Looked pretty good.
Yeah.
But I couldn't tell what they were saying. But even though the Kings were, by my estimation, they were at least staying with the Oilers. But everything they were talking about was, this is how the Oilers are getting an edge. It seems like they were just a little bit faster, a little more intense, got to the pucks a little bit faster, and just didn't screw up when you did have opportunities.
There you go. I was going to say, the one thing I would throw in there is when an opportunity to score, whether it was a power play or just they had it in the Kings zone and had the Kings kind of chasing a little
breakaway.
bit, the Edmonton would score.
Yes.
When the Kings had a chance to take advantage of a power play or whatever it is, sometimes they would and sometimes they wouldn't.
Squander.
They weren't as efficient in cashing in opportunities as Edmonton was. And Byfield scored that goal right out of the gate. It was like just a little bit more than a minute of the game. You're like, okay, here we go. Immediately, Edmonton scores again.
Yeah.
The Kings get it back. It's like, okay, wow, this is great. Immediately, Edmonton gets it back again. They were never able to get that thing where Edmonton, even in that game where they had, what were they, had 4-1 at one point, that even then you're like, they're still hanging around. That knockout punch, that thing that just lets the other team go, okay, it's not going to happen tonight. You could feel it. It just never happened for the Kings.
Been there. I mean, I can't say I know what they're going through, but during that 17-game win streak, when the Niners kept beating us, Can I say they were better than us all 17 times? No.
Yeah.
We screwed it up a lot.
Yeah.
The pressure was on us.
So did they.
We had them down. This is our opportunity to kill the streak, and it would just become so overwhelming, we would screw it up. And they knew. Yeah. They knew. Just hang around. They're going to screw it up.
The Dodger
Sure enough,
thing.
they did. Yes.
Yeah.
Just hang around enough. Yeah. They'll screw it up. They'll give it back to us.
There's enough game left where they're going to let us back into it.
But like we score, spike the football, and we're pumped up, and you look at them and like, we'll get it back.
Okay, so to bring this back to the Lakers here for a second, it feels like that was what Minnesota was doing to the Lakers. They're going to run out of juice. Just keep playing. Just keep playing. Because the fourth quarters were abysmal for the Lakers.
I got this. Tell me if I'm wrong. That seemed awfully personal.
You've said that a few times. I did not sense that the way that you did.
It seemed awfully personal, and even Ann Edwards, his post-game, not the walk around, his post-game press conference, when he said, we just beat the best player in the world and the GOAT. And he said it kind of tongue-in-cheek, like, it seemed like they got tired of hearing about all this Luka LeBron stuff.
For sure.
Like, wait,
I agree with
they're
that.
not that good.
Yeah.
Wait until we match up with them in the postseason. Then we'll show you what they really are.
I think every ESPN analyst picked the Lakers to win in this series.
Everybody. We had poems about Lakers in 5.
Yeah.
That got home to Minnesota. That seemed awfully personal.
I didn't know that's what you meant. I agree with you. That was guys, they knew they were the better team before they'd played a single game.
Right.
And they were just waiting to show everyone else. And then when it was pretty damn obvious, it was we knew.
Yeah,
and we took them apart, and the Lakers were really bad in the fourth quarter, fatigued in the fourth quarter again, and so this is why I think where the Lakers are right now is interesting, because this isn't how the hell did that just happen? This is they were better. We got to get better. We have to get different players. We got to get bigger players. We got to get more guys that we can trust. And I'm sure that when Rob Pelinka sits down and starts prioritizing the things that he wants to get done, bigger has to be at the top of the list for me.
I'm sure, yeah.
But the one that's got to be a 1A is I got to find more guys that we can trust to play. That way, Luka's fatigue level, LeBron's fatigue level, even AR and Rui or whoever else ends up still being here, that just not having to play those guys 45 minutes a game, just if they play 38, 39 minutes a game, they will be better in the fourth quarter just because they've been off their feet a little bit.
I think everybody's right. If you point to AR is kind of flame out in the postseason as the reason the Lakers are out. You could say you're right there. Luka's lack of defense, that's the reason they're out. You're right there. They didn't have a big. You're right there. I thought Clinton hit it right on the head. Everybody knows the issues. It's entirely fixable. It's just how much confidence do you have in Rob Pelinka to get it done? I think you know exactly what is needed here, but can you actually get it done? Some other things have been coming up. Some people don't want to part with Rui. I thought Rui played pretty good.
I did too.
In the postseason.
I did too.
But it wouldn't stop me from trading him to get a big.
No, of course not.
And nothing AR did would stop me from trading him to get the right big.
That one I would pause on a little bit longer than Rui, but I'm not, to put it to you this way. If you said, I want Austin Reeves, my response would be, what are you giving me? Not, dude, shut up. It would be,
Let's talk.
You're going to have to blow my socks off.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm willing, but you're going to have to give me something in return.
Yes.
So I think that's what Rob Pelinka was actually doing when he said it's going to be Luka, LeBron, and AR.
Maybe.
You got to keep that stock up in your guy.
I think what's interesting about this offseason relative to some of the other ones we've had in the last 5 or 6 years is what you just said, which is there's no more, well, is it this or is it it's very obvious what the problem is. It's glaring.
And it's fixable. Yeah.
And it is fixable, and there are players that you can go get. Now, is it Giannis? It's probably not going to be that. It's probably going to be some guys that maybe if like a Walker Kessler, for instance, from Utah. Like, would he make them better? Yeah, a lot. Would we be doing emergency shows about the acquisition? No. So,
but it would make the
team
the roster better. It would fill out the roster. Yes.
This is the first time, as far as I see it, where going into the offseason, you have a clear need in these 2 or 3 areas. We could, size, depth, defense. Fix it. This isn't I don't know if it's this, I don't know if it's that. You've got a star player in Luka. You're set up for the future. You've got the LeBron clock ticking very loudly. Fix it. There is no more, I don't have this or I don't have that or maybe a little of this or maybe a little of that. You know what needs to be done. And I think in very stark terms, Rob Pelinka's assignment is right in front of him. He'll either execute it or he won't. And it will be you failed or you succeeded. I don't think there's a lot of
I don't think he's that out of touch. I think he knows.
Oh, he knows. And it's just whether he can do it.
And he's got some cash to have it done. Remember, they dumped Luka on him, so there's something to be said there. And if I'm Rob Pelinka and JJ, I think it might be time to go Jack Haley on Luka. Remember Jack Haley?
Oh, of course.
Jack Haley was Dennis Rodman's babysitter, kind of. Make sure he got to the gym on time.
Wingman.
Yeah, I would make sure I have sort of a Jack Haley for Luka. Somebody to make sure that you're getting up, that you're following the workout program. I don't even care if you're taking it seriously.
That would Haley just went out and partied with Rodman.
But he made sure he got to the court the next day and to practice. But just to make sure that Luka is holding up his end. Remember, I'm getting ready to hand him $200 and how many million?
I know.
Dollars
this summer potentially,
just to make sure that he's doing everything possible to be better than he was this year.
I want to talk more about how you get him motivated and whether it's even possible. That's coming up after Factor Cap, which is coming up next.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Our steamed vegetables and signature salads are made fresh for you. Our sauces are more flavorful for you, from sweet and spicy to fiery hot. Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Hey guys, have you checked out the all-new Park West Bicycle Casino? With a new owner, fresh renovations, and upgraded amenities, it's a whole new way to experience LA's premier table game casino. From poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, and Baccarat, they've got all the action for ESPN LA listeners. Brand new players who sign up for their Players Reward get $30 in match play. Just say, Cappy sent me to get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-001291. GAR-001292. GAR-001298. BSIS license number 1358.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Most people in radio commercials talk really fast. But we made this one for RV owners. Progressive knows they like the slower pace of RV life, like this commercial. And they know Progressive will protect their RV at a fair price with discounts. Now here comes the fast part. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
Here we go. It is Factor Cap time. Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show. Each weekday around 10:30, producer Emily serves up what's going down, and fun and frivolity ensues. Special thanks to the law offices of Joseph S. Normand for making Factor Cap possible.
It's Joseph S. Normand. It's Factor Cap on the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN. And if you've been hurt in an accident, let me help you. Call my office at 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let's do it. Factor Cap. Right now.
Welcome to Factor Cap.
Producer Emily.
Thanks, Joe. Hi, guys.
Aloha. Hody.
So last night I was talking to you, Travis, about this debate in my head when I was watching the Kings at Cosm yesterday, because we had that one great look that was just behind the goalies on either side, and I was thinking, who has the worst knees and better thighs? Is it hockey goalies or MLB catchers? Okay, so with this, you understand that goalies in hockey might play longer, but they have half as many games. Catchers have twice as many games, and they could potentially go through the postseason and everything. But they also have people coming in and out, and might have someone play for them. So, catchers in baseball have worse knees and better thighs than hockey goalies. Fact is catchers, cap is hockey goalies. Travis?
I think it's the goalies. So cap.
Cap.
Yeah. For the reasons that the goalie never comes off the ice.
No.
He's out there all 60 minutes of the game.
Unless he sucks.
He's getting run into kind of sort of regularly.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting peppered with 90-mile-an-hour frozen projectiles. He's got bodies flying in like as fast as a pitcher could throw the ball and the ball could be fouled into your face or whatever as a catcher. Like the puck changes direction and it happens so quick. I don't think there's any job worse than that.
I'm asking which is harder. Which one has worse knees, you think?
The goalie. They're up and down 900 times
You're picking goalie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
Okay, DeMarco?
I'm going to pick catchers. So what does that make?
Fact.
Catchers have really bad knees. Yadier, who was the other guy? Mike Matheny would tell me about how bad his knees would hurt and how long he has to spend in that position. And it really does suck.
Oh, I believe that.
Hockey players have the biggest quads I've ever seen.
They do.
And goaltenders are like, they lead the league in quad size. But as far as knees are concerned, got to go with baseball and catchers.
Okay, Jorge?
I'm going to say baseball as well because then you have to explode. When somebody's stealing, you have to have that explosion to get up and kind of throw it. So, that motion is not, you don't do it often, but you do it enough times.
You do it a few, but the goalie is on his knees, up, on his knees, up, on his knees, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Far more demanding.
500 times in an hour?
But
it's
knees,
insane. It's anyway,
And I think you do that as many times in a baseball game.
But not with that explosive movement like you have to do it in hockey. In baseball, they're in that squatty position for a super long. I'm not saying either one is easy, but mostly I'm sitting there.
Right.
Hockey, you're in active you're moving, explosion mode the entire time.
I think the biggest factor is 162 versus 80.
That's a big difference.
And you're on ice.
Yeah. I mean,
you're on skates.
I don't think there's a bad answer.
We should get Will Smith and
Darcy
Kemper on the phone and see what they think. Okay. So I'm going to read you this stat from last night. So not only were the Kings eliminated, but so were the Wild, the Minnesota Wild. And the Wild are the first team in MLB, NBA, NFL, NHL history to make the playoffs 8+ times in a 10-year span, but lose in the opening round every time.
That's rough.
Okay? So put that in the Wild in the context of all the other Minnesota sports teams. Minnesota is the most tortured sports fan city in the United States. DeMarco, fact or cap?
Gotta be. Vikings have never won, right?
Nope.
T-Wolves have never won.
Nope. And they've always had good years.
The Wild are out.
Yeah.
Twins? Twins have won.
They've won a couple.
I'm trying to think of a more tortured state or city or franchise than.
I mean, you could say like
gotta
Detroit.
Be fact.
Yeah.
Detroit's also more bun.
Detroit's had the Pistons. The Tigers have won the World Series in my lifetime. They've been to the World Series a couple of other times in that window.
Gotta be. I'm going facts.
I think it's whether you think that the sustained being very good and being close is worse than having the pits and valleys.
Right now, it's L.A.
Travis, we can never say
right
that.
Now, it's
we
LA.
can literally never say that we're a tortured city.
Bro, every one of our teams lost.
DeMarco, L.A. will never be a tortured fan city. I'm just telling you that right now.
You don't feel tortured now?
No.
I do.
Yeah, I don't.
We got to root for the Clippers.
The Dodgers won a World Series 6 months ago.
No, we don't.
Travis.
No, we don't. It's Cap. It's Buffalo.
Oh, God, yes. They've never won anything.
But Buffalo has never won anything.
And they were close four
times. They're close right now.
Yeah.
They might have the second best team in their conference or maybe even the entire league.
Yeah.
And it's just that Patrick Mahomes is in the same half of the draw. Josh Allen and the Bills are really good. Jim Kelly and the Bills were really good.
Yes.
And it's Buffalo, man. It's not even close.
You're right.
You're right.
You're right. You're right. 100% right.
No, I'm going to go with Minnesota. I mean, they have great players.
Sabres
We talked
won.
about it. They had Moss. They had, Carter and some of these football teams. They've had great players, but not, they haven't been lucky enough.
Sabres won? Buffalo Sabres won?
That doesn't 4 Super Bowls in a row.
That sucks from the football side, but have they won a championship ever? Let me see.
I don't know. I don't want.
I'll look them up.
Say no.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Buffalo, the university, doesn't have anything.
No.
This sports team.
Cold. A bunch of Fonzies up there.
It is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's birthday today, and we have conversations about who's the movie star, who's the face of the movie industry these days, as if we're doing
Jennifer
the face
Connelly.
of the league. You'd lose that one. My statement is The Rock is the biggest movie star.
Ooh.
If you want to throw out there's Timothée Chalamet he puts butts in seats and he gets awards. You get Jack Black is up there as someone who can buy stuff. Ryan Coogler and Christopher Nolan are movie stars themselves because their movies make a ton of money. But my statement is The Rock is the biggest movie star. Jorge Petrocap.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say fact. I mean, we've seen him in stuff like, remember he started in the Mummy, the Scorpion King. That was one of his first things. And now you see him in Jumanji. You see him in like this. He's had different roles, and you see him everywhere. And he's box office. I guess you can say that.
You go and see a movie because The Rock's there.
Yeah.
Travis.
I think it's Cat. It's kind of obvious to me who this is, but I still think it's the right answer. I still think it's Tom Cruise.
That's a good answer.
Yeah. Tom Cruise is. His movies almost always do well at the box office. He's got franchise stuff that's just money in the bank with Mission Impossible. And Tom Cruise is like, he's a weirdo. He's instantly identifiable. Like, he's got all the traits of a movie star. I still think he's 5'4", and they got to shoot him. He's always right. It's like everything about him screams movie star. And by the way, I know you're not a huge fan. I like Tom Cruise.
I love his movies.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think Tom Cruise makes really good movies.
And he is still making movies about like once a year. So he did Mission Impossible, like Dead Reckoning Part 1 last year, and this year's The Final Reckoning, and then he had Top Gun Maverick, I think like 4 years ago. But still, that's 3 movies in 4 years. That's a good production.
Is that a part of his writer? Like, you can't look him in the eye? Or is that Stallone?
I thought that was Stallone.
Stallone?
Yeah.
I know you can't run if you're his co-star.
He runs.
He runs, you don't.
He's a good runner.
That's weird, though.
It is weird.
Yeah, I'm the only one that gets to run. That's weird.
You know who's not normal? Movie stars.
This is true.
Like, movie stars, by definition, a weird gig.
Gosh.
DeMarco. The Rock is the biggest movie star.
I want to go fact. The guy can open a movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean the movie's going to be good, but he can damn sure open a movie. And he really did sell this WrestleMania, and the fact that he wasn't there made a huge difference. Like, he is a star.
Oh, sure.
No matter. And this movie that's coming out, The Smashing Machine, this could actually change him from movie star to actor if it comes out right. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
I do think that the best current wrestler turned actor, like for the quality of his acting, is Dave Bautista.
Oh, no.
DeMarco, for the quality of his acting, he does circles around Cena and The Rock.
I get you for the acting. He sucks as a wrestler.
But yeah, I'm talking about actor. Best wrestler turned actor.
What was it called? K-Fab?
Kayfabe. Yes.
He's bad at kayfabe?
Oh, my God. They brought...
I also will say that The Rock has had 2 movies that have not done very well, and it's the Red one and Black Adam have been bombs.
Yes.
And Young Rock has not been good.
Does anybody not have bombs, though? Is there anybody that's
Black Adam was
Tom Cruise really doesn't have any bombs, which is why he's a huge movie star.
Vanilla Sky?
That was weird. Was it
weird.
a bomb?
Then Timothy Chalamet doesn't have a bomb.
Yeah.
Not yet.
He will.
They all will. They all do.
What about that Powell
guy?
Who? Powell. What's his name? The guy he's in that with.
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell.
Oh,
Yeah.
Glenn Powell. He hasn't been in enough starring roles to give the bomb or not, but he has been in successful movies.
Yeah.
He's going to be in The Running Man coming out this year.
Yeah.
He's going to be the Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think they're going to do a different take on it.
Who's Richard
Obviously.
Dawson?
Coleman Domingo. Do you know who that is?
I don't. No.
Look him up. He will be a very good. Not as good as Richard Dawson. He will be a very good fill-in for that.
No one likes Batista. Turn around, look. See, he hates Batista, too.
I'm not talking about him as a wrestler. I'm talking about him as a
hate
former
him.
wrestler turned actor because he's actually a very good actor.
Hollywood can keep him.
I like
Okay.
your acting point of view is through the prism of wrestling. I like that.
Wrestler turned
Yeah,
actor.
wrestling turned
he's
actor.
not really a wrestler.
Factor Cap is brought to you by Joseph S. Normand. You have many choices in your legal team, but with Joe, Family always comes first. That's why I've called Joe a couple of different times, a couple of different accidents, unfortunately. But Joe is the man. Call 213-747-2000. That's the law office of Joseph S. Normand, 213-747-2000 and normandlegal.com. Let's go back to Luka. And obviously, J.J. Redick, this was his opening chess move in an attempt to get Luka Doncic to commit to conditioning. What happens after that? That's coming up next. Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Hey, look, have you ever had to deal with chafing like I have and do and still are? We all do, whether it's back in the playing days or just going out for a morning walk or doing burpees. Travis, chafing is no joke. That's why I keep Highlands Chafing Relief on deck. This stuff has been a game changer for me, this big dude right here. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, stays put even through sweat and water. So big fellas, you know what I'm talking about. Construction workers, I'm telling you, this is your saving grace right here. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. And look, the guys don't mind if you're putting it on. We all have it. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Even if you've already got some chafing, you're not alone. Highlands Chafing Relief will soothe it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Think about that if you're working outdoors in the summer and you get that feeling between the legs. You know what I'm talking about. Highlands Chafing Relief has your back and your thighs and your arms. You get the idea. You shouldn't have to stop doing what you love or stop working because of chafing. Trust me, grab Highlands Chafing Relief and feel the difference. Available today at Walmart and Target.
Looking for all things black and gold? Tap into LAFC Plus, hosted by Dave Denholm and Mario Ruiz.
This is LAFC Plus. He's Mario Ruiz. I'm Dave Denholm.
React to the latest match. Get ready for the upcoming game. Get exclusive interviews. Plus, a look around the rest of the MLS.
This is what LA is about. Not just being in the big games, but also winning.
New episodes of LAFC Plus drop weekly. Available everywhere you get your podcasts and on the ESPN LA app.
Los Angeles, game day is here. Whether you're watching courtside or couch side, fuel up with the fire-grilled flavor of El Pollo Loco. Their famous fire-grilled chicken, marinated in citrus and spices, cooked over an open flame. It's the perfect play for your taste buds. From their fan-favorite chicken tostadas to fire-grilled family meals that feed your whole squad, El Pollo Loco has you covered. Get in the game with El Pollo Loco, because great flavor is always a slam dunk. El Pollo Loco. Order today at elpolloloco.com.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Every great team has its core players, but when the season gets tough, adding the right free agent can make all the difference. The same goes for business. At Robert Half, we found that 67% of companies surveyed plan to increase their use of contract talent to handle workload peaks and backlogged projects. With Robert Half's specialized recruiters' experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can quickly find the skilled candidates you want. At Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show. Now mornings, 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
It is Friday. It's 10:45, and I have not been
Beyonce.
as helpful the past couple of weeks. And yes, this is Beyonce, Travis. But I'm going to give you my Pachanga pick of the week. And my Pachanga pick of the week is going to be Kawhi Leonard plus 30 points. Okay? Because the last time that Kawhi Leonard played in a Game 7 in the NBA was this moment.
Raptors, here we go. They get it to Leonard. Drives right. Down to the baseline. Fall away for the win. Got it! danced on the rim. It hit 4 rims and went down.
He had the buzzer beater, 4 times hitting the rim. One of the most incredible shots I've ever seen in the NBA. Kawhi Leonard in Game 7 turns into the robot. So Kawhi Leonard plus 30 points is my Pachanga pick of the week.
30's a lot.
That's a lot.
I know it's a lot of points.
He's going to need it, though.
Yeah. Look, it's the last thing left in LA the moment, other than regular season baseball and in training camp that opens in 3 months.
That's it.
And
yes.
By the way, a lot of people are saying that we left off the Clippers off of that draft.
No,
it's because they're not a nemesis.
No, we didn't.
They're your cousin that you never think about.
We didn't leave them off. We didn't talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the Pachanga Pick of the Week presented by Pachanga Resort Casino. Play your perfect combo at Pachanga Resort Casino. Visit pachanga.com for more information. That shot had 2 things. It was Kawhi Leonard's that's his signature moment.
I think so.
And Joel Embiid, his signature moment.
Cried in the tunnel.
Well, and he was crumpled to the ground, right?
Yeah.
Like, wasn't he in a big pile?
No, he was looking over at it. Like there was a pile, but he's standing, I believe, in this image. But he's looking over. If you look at there's an aerial shot of it from probably the 300, 400 section. Yeah. It's an incredible shot because it's like a Renaissance painting.
You know, it's not to go too deep on this stuff, but when you talk about Kawhi and Kawhi Leonard is a 3-time NBA champion. And Joel Embiid's never been out of the second round of the playoffs. And then you look at LeBron, who's been to the finals 10 times.
I know.
Won 4 times. Michael Jordan won 6. Kobe Bryant won 5. Magic Johnson won 5. You know, like there's these guys that Tim Duncan won 5. People can get one, and not that it's ever easy. It's never easy. But those guys that go back over and over and over and over again and win over and over and over again, it's not just that they're great players, because there are a lot of great players that never even get a look at it. Like Joel Embiid, you got to get lucky. You got to be healthy. You got to have good teammates. You got to have a good coach. You got to catch some breaks along the way. Like when you look at a guy like James Harden and Joel Embiid, and these guys are great players, and it's probably never going to happen for them. And these other guys are getting 4 or 5, in LeBron's case, 10 looks at it.
I need LeBron to retire so I can appreciate your game and in totality. What's your favorite food?
Carnitas.
Carnitas. If I fed you every day, would it be special?
No.
Exactly. No. I need LeBron to retire. He keeps giving me more. I can't appreciate his game. But there's also been a rumor, speaking of Joel Embiid, that he could be on his way west. Here.
Nope.
There have been rumors, and I'm reading this, and speculation about the Lakers potentially acquiring Joel Embiid from the 76ers.
Okay. Who said that?
It's an AI overview. Trade rumors. Yes. SROS proposed a potential trade scenario where the Sixers would send Embiid and someone else to the Lakers for a package that includes Reeves, Hachimura, Vincent, and Vanderbilt, and a 2031 first-round pick. I would say no to all that.
Uh-huh.
I'd say no to all that.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Will he pass the medicals? Probably not.
He might never play again.
Exactly.
But that's up to them, though.
Yeah, I mean,
they could have passed the center they flunked.
Yeah,
that's up to them.
No.
He signed a 3-year, $192 million extension.
That would be an absolutely terrible decision from the Lakers if they got Joel Embiid.
You'd get a big, but you'd be missing a whole lot.
A big that sits there and sweats and watches.
True.
I mean, he'd never play. He doesn't play.
No.
and that, like, the takeaway from his career will be, he had a good season here or there, and I think he won an MVP one year, but my God, the man never played.
This is the sporting news. Lakers could acquire Joel Embiid by parting with clutch $54 million wing.
LeBron?
No, I don't think that's LeBron.
Who's the other clutch $54 million wing?
Who would that?
It's LeBron.
Would that be?
It's only LeBron.
The Lakers will retain the contracts of Rui, Austin Reeves, and Vanderbilt through the offseason. Maybe they mean Vanderbilt?
That's one of those. He's not a $54 million a year guy. No, it's LeBron.
I mean, we can pie in the sky like any center that we want. You know, Lakers aren't getting Giannis.
No.
They're not getting Joel Embiid.
No.
They're going to have to pick something else.
Joel Embiid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want a healthy Embiid. I don't think that guy exists,
want to be
though.
6'6" and pitch for the Dodgers. It ain't happening. It's not happening. LeBron did suffer a grade 2 MCL sprain in his left knee from his collision with Dante DiVincenzo in Wednesday's game. A league source told ESPN the injury entails a 3 to 5 week recovery timeline, which he has. Because they are not playing.
They're in Cancun.
And he will be able to rest his knee and be healthy. And LeBron's going to come back and play for the Lakers for as long as LeBron wants to come back and play for the Lakers.
I like DiVincenzo.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah,
he's a good player.
Guy.
So you said this earlier that you think that Luka Doncic is never going to have the light bulb go on and be in shape.
Come
right?
on, bro. Really?
I think I agree with you. But
where can you point to and say he's been in shape there?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. So you're JJ Redick.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, Luka, before you head back to wherever it is you go for the offseason, swing by my office before you pack up your locker.
Yep.
Just have a seat. What do you say to him?
Here's your babysitter. Here's your plan. This is what we expect of you. We need to have you in better shape come, when did they come back? August?
Yeah.
Come August. You cannot come to camp to get in shape. You have to be in shape by the time you get to camp. Okay, I know that's different for you. I know that's not how the Mavericks did it or any place else you've been. This is what we require. Remember, you want us to pay you $200 and some odd million. You're going to have to earn it a little bit more. I love what you've done. You're an offensive dynamo. You are our future, but you have to be better. That's what I would say. And here's your babysitter. He's going to make sure you get to the gym on time. He's going to knock on your door at 6 a.m. every single day. That's what I would do.
Yeah. It's interesting.
And he's not the first.
I'm trying to think. Like, if somebody said to me, "Here's your babysitter," I would push back so hard on that.
I wouldn't say babysitter.
But
here's your trainer.
Call it whatever you want. Yeah, I'll take care of them.
PA.
The last thing I need is somebody to babysit me. Even by any other name, it's the same thing to me.
Here's your driver.
Yeah. I might try it a little differently if I were trying to. And I'm not. Look, I think I'm sure that tactic has been tried. I'm sure what I'm about to say has been tried. My first salvo into this, listen, I know you heard what I said at the press conference yesterday, and I really believe it. If we're going to win a championship, we all have to be at an elite level physically. You have not been in your career, and the only thing missing from your resume is winning a championship. That's it. You're going to the Hall of Fame. You're one of the great players of your generation. You're going to make, whether it's $250 million from us or you decide to go take it, you're going to have all the money you can ever spend in your entire life. They're not going to talk about you in any way other than you were the guy that played in this league unless you get in better shape. You're going to be like Carmelo Anthony. You're not going to be like Michael Jordan. You're not going to be Kobe Bryant. You're not going to be LeBron James. You're not going to be Steph Curry. You're not even going to be Kevin Durant or Giannis Antetokounmpo. You're going to be a guy that will go, oh, yeah, I remember that guy.
Maybe.
And the only way you're not going to be that is if you get in great shape. And we can't win without you.
Wow.
And we can't win without you being in elite. I know you're going to get 30 a night. I need more. And I can't get to where I want to go, where everyone else wants to go, unless you're the best player on our team. You're the key to all of this. And if you don't do it, we can't do it.
Here's the card. I don't like this guy. I don't want to be a Laker anymore.
Then we're dead in the water.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Right.
And by the way, that could be the response.
How dare you say that to me after what I just gave you?
You could, and then at that point, you go, you know what? Nico Harrison was right.
Right.
I see what we got hustled.
It's a terrible position to be in, right?
Yep.
You're hoping the light comes on for him.
But I think you have to tell him the truth.
Yeah.
I don't think you try to embarrass him. I don't think you try to shame him into it. I think it's one of, I can't go where I want to go. We can't go where we want to go without you and without you doing these things. You're the only one that's good enough to do all this.
Right.
You can be one of the great players ever, but you're not right now. And the only thing that's preventing you from being one of those guys is your fitness.
Right.
And it has to improve. And if it doesn't,
and you have to make him believe you. You have to make him believe you.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure if he does. Because you would think a guy would have done it by now.
I'm sure somebody has said something similar to that to him at one point. And obviously the light bulb did not go on. But maybe this
goes out and scores 40. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But look, we're out again. You're out again. You're hurt again. You missed time again.
But outside of making him move in with LeBron, I don't know what choice you have.
But again, that's not... I'm trying to really think this through.
Me too. That's what I'm saying. Outside of making him move in with LeBron.
But that's not going to happen.
If you leave it up to his own devices, he's going to come back in the same shape.
That's what I'm saying. You can't make him do anything. You have to convince him to change his habits.
Well, if a 4-1 exit on a 3-6, even though the 3 was kind of iffy.
I know what you mean.
If that doesn't motivate you, if losing in the finals because you were out of shape didn't motivate you for this season, then nothing will.
I know. And that's the scary part.
So maybe I would stop worrying about trying to get him in shape and get him some help.
That's a really interesting way to look at it. Well, let's talk about that a little bit more. That literally it's just hey, look, we're going to get what we get. We got to fix everything else. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland. Next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Shohei had his baby. So if I was UCLA, I'm dead serious about this.
Right.
I would offer Shohei's baby a full athletic scholarship right now.
Just for the PR?
You don't even know he's going to be good at because his wife is a basketball player. So it doesn't matter.
We won't even specify the sport. Right. Here's a full ride. It's yours if you want it.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
Pool season starts when I say so. So if wearing floaties to brunch is wrong, then I don't want to be right. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
It's Oasis pool season for everyone. Grab a cabana and hit the lazy river at the best pool in SoCal.
Number 2.
Whether you're sinking threes or grand slamming it, just come for the pitchers of beer at Sideline Sports Bar.
And the number 1 reason.
Foghat, live May 22nd. Get tickets now.
Morongo, good times.
Hey, LA, let's talk trash. Food waste, that is. Tossing your food scraps in the regular trash sends them to landfills where they release harmful gases like methane. Fight global warming by simply sorting your food scraps and placing them in your green bin. It's quick, it's easy, it helps protect our planet. Ready to do your part? Visit cleanla.com or call 888-CLEAN-LA for more tips. This message funded by Cal Recycle.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Big on protein, rich on flavor. The new $10 Islands Restaurant's protein bowls are here for a limited time. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients for the flavors you love. Just in a bowl. Find your protein paradise at islandsrestaurants.com.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show on 710 ESPN.
I want to put my feet in the sand. I want to drink. I want to eat. I want to walk. I want to have the sun on my face. That's it.
Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
Baby, they're tumbling down.
Beyonce.
Ding.
Yeah,
Good job.
That was.
What gave it away? Beyonce singing?
If you
didn't know? Okay.
If you told me this was Rihanna, I would believe you. I don't listen carefully.
You know what I loved? When they did the song on Glee. It's a pretty good mashup. It was like this and Walking on Sunshine and early Glee. I was such a big fan of Glee, but it was a pretty good rendition.
That was the theater show.
Yeah.
Glee was the show choir show on Fox.
Show choir.
From Ryan Murphy, starring Matthew Morrison, amongst others. And it's also a very cursed show. Several of the people that have been on the show have died in very sad and mysterious ways.
That's no good. That's no good. You know what today is, DeMarco?
Friday?
Yes. You know what Friday leads to?
I know the Lakers aren't playing.
No, they're not doing that. Today's a martini day.
Is it really?
I was going to say martini.
I have not been in that mode in a while, and that part
this is a good day for a martini.
That part of my brain that just went, Travis, you want a martini?
Good day for a martini.
Just woke up.
No doubt.
Just like, hey, you want to go do that?
I think I'm going to have a similar situation today. I'm going to go to the Grove to go see the new Marvel movie. Shocking. I'm going to go see Thunderbolts because I'm interested. But I'm going to go to the Grove. I'm going to have a glass of rosé in the lovely outdoor weather, if it is lovely at the time. And it just sounds perfect.
It does sound pretty good. Are you going to see Thunderbolts?
Not until I see the other one.
Sinners.
Oh, Sinners?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Sinners. I want to see Thunderbolts.
What is Thunderbolt? I know what
Marvel.
Spider-Man is, but what is this?
So Thunderbolts.
Do you like superhero movies?
Very hit and miss. Some I do, some I have.
Yeah. So this is it's a foray into darker comedy, and it's kind of like the not villains but the ne'er-do-wells of the Marvel universe.
Who's the one that Ryan Reynolds plays?
He's not in it.
Is it like Deadpool?
People die.
And I think it's less funny than I think Deadpool is more tongue in cheek. I think it's less that. And it's not it is R-rated.
I am dying to see Thunderbolts because of what she said. It's going to be dark, it's going to be gritty, it's going to be Marvel related.
Okay.
Yes, all yes.
Florence Pugh is one of the main people.
But I can't until I see Sinners.
Is it dark like Suicide Squad kind of thing?
I think it's kind of trying to be Suicide Squad-y.
Yeah.
And the same thing of like they're kind of villains, and so it's like the not good guys per se, but they are kind of good guys.
Could you drop in and know nothing about anything? And
you would like this one.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you would like this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't know any of the
You don't have to be invested
Okay.
into the whole thing.
It's Carne Asada Fridays and Caguamas for me tonight.
Say that again?
Carne Asada Friday.
Oh, nice.
And Caguama night.
But I thought Carne Asada was like 10.
No, my Carne Asada is number 1.
Yeah. I've got a Kentucky Derby party on Saturday.
Nice.
Might rain on Saturday, so it's gonna be tough.
I know.
On the track.
We got to find our mutters. We got to find who the mutters are. I love the Kentucky Derby party because there's mint juleps and bourbon drinks and
Always
Kentucky hot browns, and it's a good day.
You got to wear a suit?
Well, I don't wear a suit, but I wear a shirt and a bow tie and
what's a hot brown?
Yeah.
A Kentucky hot brown is a sandwich that's baked with melty cheese and turkey and bacon, and you would like it.
Oh, so like a turkey melt, basically.
Kind of.
Superbird kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's like that.
Got to class it up some.
And we gamble on the horse race, and it's
You
fun.
lay a bet on the mutters?
Susan's brother,
Suzanne.
Susan's brother knows horse racing. Okay? Like he follows racing.
Yeah.
And so we go to this party every year, and Susan gets her brother on the phone the day before and says, tell me what I need to know. Susan's won this thing 3 years in a row.
You're kidding me.
No.
Wow.
She goes in there and
So
cleans
what's Susan's pick?
Bill has not reached out to us yet.
Okay.
We're waiting for Bill to give
Free
us his
martinis.
analysis.
There you go. Way to go, horse.
Gonna happen.
Horse?
According to horse.
The horse.
According to Diana Rossini, there is some chatter that a Brock Purdy 49ers extension is far from complete. She writes, but the sense I get is that they're closer than we think. Just look at Purdy's presence at the OTAs as evidence.
He's there?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to do it, right? And by it, I mean just because you're next and just because everyone else has ponied up the money, I'm not. I choose not to pay. And basically, Brock Purdy, you're a good quarterback. You're not a great quarterback. I'm not paying you great quarterback money when you're only good. Here's what we are comfortable with. Take it or leave it. And maybe we'll tag you. Maybe we won't. But we are not going to break the bank on you, bro.
I mean, would you want to get into cap hell if you're the 49ers?
Of course not.
I mean, you've already hemorrhaged some really good players. You still have a pretty good roster, but, I mean, would you want to tie up $45 million in a quarterback that you're not really that sure about? Is anybody 100% sure on Brock Purdy and what he is and where he ranks?
I think he's good, but I would not. You've heard me say this before. When I watch the Rams play the 49ers, I'm not scared of Brock Purdy.
Right? Because of the guy you have.
Not even necessarily that. I'm not. When Patrick Mahomes has the ball, when Josh Allen has the ball,
terrified.
even when not anymore, but when Russell Wilson had the ball, I'm like, man, I don't love this.
No.
There's something bad is about to happen. Even when Garoppolo was in San Francisco, and I know that he wasn't the second coming of Joe Montana, it's like Garoppolo always kind of made a play.
Great example. Okay, so I'm thinking this with when you have the brain trust they have up there with Lynch and Shanahan. I'm not sure if you actually need elite quarterback play to make that offense go. It's all based on timing and discipline.
Yeah.
And they run the ball. And Christian McCaffrey is going to be the bell cow.
And they've had guys not named Christian McCaffrey be very good in that role.
So why would I tie up $45 million to a guy that I'm only expecting to throw the ball 17 times a game?
Yeah.
Why would I do that?
The answer is, and I would not.
Most people do because you think you have to.
That's why.
Yeah.
Because this is how the league works. You got to pay your quarter. I'm with
Well,
you.
you do.
It's an interesting thing to say, what if I took that $45 million and instead of having to spend $45 million on it, I get to spend $20 million on it?
I can get two guards, an edge, and a corner.
I got $25 extra million to go spread around the rest of my team?
You make yourself pretty good that way. That's old school ball. That's old school thinking. And this quarterback draft this year was kind of thin.
It was.
Next year is supposed to be more talent coming out.
Right.
So maybe you could resist paying that guy, locking yourself in, and getting back into the draft and run the exact same offense and build another Purdy.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, if you truth serum the Dolphins, the Jags, the Cowboys, these teams, they say, do you like the deal that you gave to Tagovailoa? Do you think that you'd be like, no. The same thing
You're
with
reading my mind.
with the long-haired dude in Jacksonville. I'm blanking
Trevor
on his
Lawrence.
name. Trevor Lawrence. Him, Dak Prescott. These guys.
I like. But not Dak. I like Trevor. I like Dak, and I like Trevor too.
They're both okay, but they're not difference-making guys.
No, this is what I hope for Trevor Lawrence, and I hope Maurice isn't listening. I hope he survives long enough in Jacksonville so he can get someplace else to where he can actually be pretty good.
Yeah.
Because he's fighting an uphill battle down there.
I
They're always going
agree
to be
with
changing
that.
coaches. Yeah.
But part of the reason you're fighting an uphill battle is the quarterback soaks up so much of your payroll
you can't
that there's
do
only
anything
so
else.
many things I can do. Now, if Patrick Mahomes is soaking up my payroll, Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow.
The elite.
There are plenty of guys that, dude, give them whatever they want.
And maybe San Fran could get lucky, get a Jaden Daniels, and away you go. And he's cheaper. And you're better.
Maybe he's the next guy. Like, look, whatever. Give him what he needs.
Right.
He's the answer to the problem.
Or find a guy in the draft, target him. This is going to be our guy to run that offense. Because like I said, even with Garoppolo wasn't the focal point. He just ran the offense. He was credible enough to throw it when he needed to, but he just ran that offense.
Yeah.
Same with Purdy. So why would you tie up $45 million or more to a guy that's just kind of a trigger man for you?
You think somebody's going to do it eventually? Like, they're going to have a guy that's a good player, like Brock Purdy, but clearly not a special player. A good player. Brock Purdy's a good player, and I don't mean that derisively. He's fine. He's good. But he's not Dan Marino. So I'm not going to pay you. Here's the price that I'm comfortable with. If you think you can get more, go get it.
Yeah.
We're not going to do it. Nobody's really done that.
I bet the league is hoping that they don't, because quarterback prices will start to fall a little bit. And you may not get the Trevor Lawrences or the Dak Prescotts that are $60 million guys who aren't in the mix at the end.
The team that kind of sort of a little bit did it, but not exactly what we're talking about, was the Vikings with Darnold. That Darnold had a really good year. The team was very good. They go 13-4 or something, 14-3. Yeah, and they said, you know what? Nah. We're good.
Well, I mean,
Geno Smith too. I don't know if
he never lit the world on fire.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold and Geno Smith.
Neither has Brock Purdy.
That's what I'm saying. But the Niners have been pretty good with him, right?
Yeah.
But you could say it was Debo, it was Kittle, it was Williams.
That's what I would say.
It was everything.
That's what I would say.
Damn sure I would say that.
Yeah.
And Fred Warner and everyone else, then him.
Yeah.
I mean, here's what if you're Brock Purdy's agent, you'd say, look at the NFC Championship game where he got hurt, and they did not win that game.
Yeah, you're better than Josh Johnson. I agree, but you're not Joe Burrow. You can't have the same amount of money.
You could draft a Bo Nix, you could draft a Drake May, and away you go with the offense again, and you don't have to spend that much money.
Dear Mr. Agent, if your point is that he's better than Josh Johnson, I agree with you. But if your point is he should be paid like Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow, no, he's not one of those guys.
Let me ask Jorge. You're a 49er fan. If they didn't pay Burrow, would you be upset?
If they didn't pay Burrow or Purdy?
Or Purdy, excuse me. If they didn't pay Purdy, would you be upset?
Look, at this point, like I'm okay with what he's doing.
There you go.
I'm not saying, he's either the next Patrick Mahomes or the next Burrow. Like, no, like I'm okay with what we got there. He's getting the job done. He got it. He went to the Super Bowl.
But $45-50 million.
Yeah, if you had to keep him and sacrifice someone else.
Part of it is, I feel like I could find another one of those.
You can.
Yeah.
I just gave you a bunch of them.
I feel like I could find one.
Yes.
Like if you dropped Geno Smith into there, we're good. We're fine.
Right.
We didn't get worse. You know what I mean? Like just swap them out.
Right.
I got Geno Smith instead of Brock Purdy. Yeah, cool. I would honestly, as a Rams fan, be like, I don't like that as much.
I'm looking at Justin Fields or Purdy?
Purdy.
By a lot?
By some. I don't know if I'd say a lot, but that to me is an easy one. I would say I would take Purdy.
Sam Darnold or Purdy?
Purdy.
Baker Mayfield or Purdy?
Baker.
Yeah.
By a lot or by a little?
By a little.
By a little. Okay. The swag puts him over.
Baker's got big
yeah, I got
energy.
You don't have to finish that. Right.
And he hasn't had the same amount of weapons that Purdy has had.
C.J. Stroud.
Stroud.
By a lot?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you can find another guy in the draft, and maybe Lynch is the guy that's smart enough to do it.
Buckle up, Dodger fans.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got a lot of games in a short period of time. That's coming up next. It's Travis DeMarco, 710 ESPN. And if you call us right now, 877-710-ESPN, you've got a chance at a $100 gift card sponsored by Islands Restaurants and their new $10 protein bowls packed with over 40 grams of protein and fresh ingredients. 3 different protein bowls to choose from, available for a limited time only. Visit Islands today, islandsrestaurant.com. Emily, the caller number 7 is our winner. Caller number 7, 877-710-ESPN for $100 and an Islands gift card. Coming up next.
With 4 goals in his last 3 matches, Denipo Wanga is heating up.
Denis pushes it into the 18 on his left foot, cuts it back to his right. Denis still on the ball, looking for the shot. Goal! Denis has scored to tie it!
Up next, the Black and Gold continue their march up the Western Conference table with the battle versus the Dynamo.
Oh, what a goal! It's a good wash for Denis Wanga!
LAFC hosts the Houston Dynamo. Coverage starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Cap here. Here's the scenario. Your home is flooded and the damage is severe. Now it feels like your insurance company is turning on you. They won't approve a replacement living arrangement and the adjuster leaves you in the lurch. Take a breath and call Avner Gatt. With years of experience and a passion for helping people, if you've got water damage at home, call Avner Gatt today. 818-917-5256 or avnergatt.com. That's 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt. Your claim, our game.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highlands Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highlands soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highlands Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Hey, John Ireland here. Laker fans, meet Pro Baller Energy, the official energy drink of the Lakers. It's a natural, healthier alternative packed with ultra-premium ingredients like organic agave, electrolytes, biotin, essential B vitamins, natural caffeine, and it's NSF Sports certified. It fights fatigue, sharpens focus, and supports your immune system so you stay locked in longer without the crash. Grab the limited edition Lakers can and rep the team in style. Pro Baller Energy. Champions choose clear energy.
Do you have trouble getting in and out of the bathtub? Are you afraid you'll slip and fall entering or exiting a tub? Safe Step walk-in tubs can transform your bathtub from an area of concern to a calming refuge. Call them today at 1-800-731-4558 and save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs and showers are proudly made in Tennessee and offer an ultra-low step-in, avoiding that difficult climb over a traditional bathtub wall. They also offer a variety of therapeutic benefits that may help soothe your aching muscles and joints, increasing your mobility, boosting your energy, and improving your sleep. Safe Step walk-in tubs are designed to easily fit your existing tub space and are often installed in as little as 1 day. Just dial 1-800-731-4558 today to save $1,600 and receive a free shower package. That's 1-800-731-4558 for a free no-obligation consultation and to save $1,600. Safe Step walk-in tubs. Safety never felt so good.
And yes, welcome to the Travis and DeMarco Show, now mornings 9 a.m. to noon on 710 ESPN, your destination for LA sports. Let's get back to the fellas. The Travis and DeMarco Show continues right now.
You know what we haven't done in a long time, DeMarco?
Skateboarding?
Well, I haven't been on a skateboard in a very long time, but that's not what I was thinking of. What I was thinking of is little last man standing.
Bring it.
All right, so this is Forbes had their list of the 100 highest paid athletes in the world, but MLB has curated the 11 people that made the top list. Okay, there are 11 major leaguers who were in the top 100 of highest paid athletes in the world. This combines both salary and endorsement income. It's not just salary, it is both of these things. There are 11 major leaguers on this list. Emily, we'll start with you.
Is it current? Sorry.
It is last year, as of 2024, this list. Emily.
Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani is the highest-ranking baseball player on the list. He's number 21 overall with a grand total of $72.5 million. That is $2.5 million in salary and $70 million in endorsements.
That's
so Ohtani, number 21 overall, number 1 MLB. Jorge.
Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper is not on the list.
What? I would have gone to that next, too. Okay.
The list. So, Jorge.
Wow.
Nope, can't do it.
Paez. Yeah. DeMarco.
I'll go with old AJ, Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge is on the list. Aaron Judge is number 54 overall. He made a grand total of $47.4 million. Now, this is where it gets interesting. A great chunk of this came from his salary alone. $40.5 million in salary, $7 million in endorsement money. I'm going to give you both a little bit of a hint here because Jorge is out. You guys have both picked one person each. Most of the rest of the people on this list do not make a significant portion of their income through endorsements.
I figured. Yep.
So I will just leave it at that. Emily.
Juan Soto.
Keep in mind, this is 2024.
Oh, so it's before he signed that contract.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to give her another whack at it, DeMarco?
No, I want to win.
Oh, then you win. Yeah.
Hey, heck yeah.
Yeah, Juan Soto is not on the list.
I was gonna go
you're still 1.5 game wins behind me, so there you go.
I was going to go Zach Wheeler.
Zach Wheeler is not on the list.
Okay, good. I won anyway.
Zach Wheeler.
That's
a hardball.
It is who you would think it is when you just think who gets paid the most. Okay, so Ohtani was number 1.
Yeah.
Right? Yamamoto is number 2.
Oh.
Yamamoto makes $55 million last year, $61 million, 55 in salary. Max Scherzer, number 3 overall in baseball.
And
52.
I'm sorry, just to pause you.
Yeah.
This is just what they made in last year.
Yes, correct.
So not career earnings or anything.
Correct.
Max Scherzer is still getting paid that much money.
Max Scherzer last year made $52 million in salary.
Wow. Good for him.
You mentioned Judge. Yep. Verlander, 43.3. Jose Altuve, 41.1. Mike Trout, $35.5 million, $5 million in endorsements. Recently put on the... Rendone is on the list.
What?
Rendone is on the list.
Damn.
Rendone is number 96 overall.
Wow.
He is the 11th of the 11 baseball players. He made $38.3 million, and 38 of it is from the Angels in salary.
I wonder if the Verlander household could put
exactly.
them up this list. Too.
The ones he didn't mention, Jacob deGrom, Corey Seager, and Garrett Cole. Again, all just high salary guys.
It's easier to like remind yourself of who signed somewhere that year before, which is why I thought Juan Soto, but wrong year.
The thing that made me jump out at this is that Rendone was on the list.
On the list.
He's still in the top 100 of highest paid athletes in the world. 2 Angels. Mike Trout makes sense.
Yeah.
Mike Trout
37.
signed a giant deal, and he was a terrific player. First ballot Hall of Famer. Mike Trout is an awesome player.
400 plus, right?
Yeah.
He signed a big deal not recently, though.
No,
which
but
is kind of crazy how it's still this expensive.
It was when he signed it. It was like $15 million more than the next closest guy.
It's just kind of crazy since how these have exploded that it's still one of the highest paid guys.
Anthony Rendone.
Anthony Rendone is on. Hey, look, he signed the
Good
deal.
gig.
You paid him.
Seager will left for 2
years. Careful before you put a ring on it. Yeah, be careful.
That this is part of what we've talked about with to win titles. You got to be a little lucky.
Yeah.
And one of the things that the Dodgers got a little lucky with is that Anthony Rendone said no to them and yes to the Angels. Right? Because the Dodgers wanted him. Now, they didn't want him for that amount of money.
Oh, my God.
They didn't want him for that amount of time. But the Dodgers actively pursued Anthony Rendone. They wanted him.
When healthy, can play. It's just he's never healthy.
Hasn't been healthy the entire time he's been in Anaheim.
Yes.
And seems to... This is a problem. And I don't know if there's a way to quantify this. If you're a manager/general manager/team president/owner, do you even like what you do for a living? Because he seems to hate baseball.
Really?
Like he seems to be out there despite the fact that he gets paid a great deal of money to do it. Like, I do this. He's talking about the season's too long, about how it's only his job. It's like he did not have a passion for this.
Dang. Nice teammate.
Yeah.
Altuve makes 33?
Altuve makes, I just closed it.
He makes $33 million.
I also think that if Embiid ended up coming here, he would be Anthony Rendone. You'd get him and he'd never play.
You may already have him if Luka doesn't get in shape. And you pay him all that money. See, I can't even say that out loud.
He plays more than Luka.
At least he scores.
Embiid.
Luka scores.
I was listening to a podcast this morning, and they were talking about how Luka might have early onset Embiid.
Early onset Embiid.
That's amazing.
That's hilarious.
He
could.
By the way, that's chilling. Because Embiid, look, when Embiid won the MVP, 3 years ago?
Uh-huh.
3, that's not ancient history.
At some point, if you don't start to make your body, I guess, put your body in better condition, it's going to start to break down, especially the closer you get to 30.
I was just going to say.
And that's the scary part.
The longer you wait, the harder it is to do. And the longer you wait, the more permanent damage is done.
Catastrophic.
Right.
Like you're out for the year type stuff.
The reason... good genes, good luck, etc. The reason LeBron has been as durable as he is that he's never been out of shape,
never out of condition.
That
right.
When he does have injuries, he heals quickly because it's just his body's functioning at maximum capacity. He's doing everything right. You look at Giannis. Giannis he was skinny.
Yeah.
But he was fit.
I wonder if Luka loves ball. I wonder if he loves it like LeBron loves it. Or is he just kind of like a Rendone? I'm doing this because I'm good at it.
The answer is I think there's a lot of real estate between those two things, but not like LeBron does.
I know a lot of football players that are just doing this because they're good at it.
Sure.
They don't love the game. They don't love the
Do
politics
we make a lot of money?
I make a ton of money. He actually told me it's get in where you fit in. This was my easiest path to $1 million.
Yeah.
I don't like doing this.
I believe that.
And as soon as I can get out, I will.
I believe that.
I wonder if Luka's like that.
I think he's somewhere in between Anthony Rendone and I would die to win a championship. He's somewhere in between those.
I'm a half a season away from making $250 million. I would love it for that reason alone.
Yes, I would too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And that's where it gets like really weird.
It's something I can do. I've done this my whole life. I don't have to change, and they're going to hand me the richest contract in NBA history.
That's the part that is so sobering as a Laker fan with this is if he won't do it for that.
You mean get in shape?
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to get it.
Well, you might be right.
Yeah.
But fair.
To win a championship, yes, but he may not care. I don't know.
There's something missing.
Obviously,
there's something that isn't. I'll do whatever it takes because he hasn't. I'll do most of what it takes. It's not like he's showing up like Oliver Miller.
No,
but
he took accountability.
He is competitive. Like when he's on the court, he's a dog, man.
Yes.
He's a really good. But it's that one piece that we all see it, we all know it, and part of the reason he struggles as defensively is he's exhausted. You can't stay in front of somebody if your tongue's hanging out. Oh my goodness, look at that baby.
Do you care about
That's Clinton's son.
Oh, look at the cheeks.
Look at that.
Oh, look at the little cheekies.
Oh, my goodness.
I love cheekies. Oh,
that is fantastic.
That baby smell.
Susan would be in that room right now.
Really?
That baby would be out of Clinton's arms, and she would be holding it.
Yes. I love being a dad, but I love the fact that my kids are now like 10.
Yeah.
And 24.
Well, there's different.
Yeah. I want to hold the baby, then I want to give baby back.
Yeah.
You
want to be grandpa. That's what you want to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of my friends who was a father before I was, like significantly so.
Yeah.
When my kids were babies, his kids were in their teens.
Okay.
And he said to me, I'm like, man, I can't wait. He goes, let me just tell you something. Bigger kids, bigger problems.
Oh, no doubt.
Now it's sleep, it's dirty diapers, it's, all the, then it's, I crashed the car.
Insurance.
College is $75,000 a year.
Yeah.
Hey, how are you? Thank you. Well, we don't put the baby on camera. That's why I wanted to just tell you that. That's a strategy we've taken. I was just talking to Mace about that. So if you want to meet my son, you have to know me in real life situation. That's what we're doing on that one. So when the break hits, you're welcome to go meet KJ. And Marie, thankfully, she surprised me. She was like, hey, you want to have lunch? And I was like, yeah. She's like, I brought the baby. I was like, how about that? You know what I'm saying? We should dump that, actually.
How's fatherhood?
Her name, but yeah.
How's fatherhood?
Veronica, that is. Fatherhood is good. It's one of those things where it puts into perspective everything you're doing, more so than anything. Interacting with him is one deal, but the idea of like, we're not screwing this up, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got stuff to do, and we got other missions at hand, if you will.
Never knew I could love something so much in my life.
So
you know what I mean?
That's that.
Yeah,
but,
I heard this at Disney the other day.
Instantly.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's 2 people in the room, and then there's 3.
Yeah.
And it's like.
Or was it you that said it?
That is something that I am here to take care of forever.
If I'm being honest, too, it's taught me a lot about, like, other people and how they parent, not just in terms of like judging or anything, but like it's just interesting to see people who you've only known as parents versus people that you've known as friends who then become parents. You see what I'm saying? And like, I went to a school where a lot of my friends are people I've known since I was in elementary school, like straight up. You know what I'm saying? Like my hardest core group of friends are people I've known for 35 years. And so for me, as kind of a late bloomer, they were all like, it's about time, and this is really cool because we've all sort of learned more about each other as generations have passed on. So
I've had to drop some of those serial bachelors, the ones that haven't had kids that are my age. We can't hang out anymore.
You can't interact.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just two different lives. So that's the cool thing.
And then you're that.
And the other cool thing about it is, thank God we went with his name. His name is Keanu Jedi Yates. And it's one of those things where you meet parents, and they're like, oh, what's your kid's name? You tell them the name, they're like, oh. You're like, maybe I'm not as cool as you. Like, correct. You know what I'm saying? Like, step away. Step away.
Is that what you think they're thinking?
Yeah, sometimes. You'd be surprised what these dads. You'd be surprised what these dads say when they're like, "Damn, I should have done that." As much as what they're thinking is anything. So, anywho, when the break comes, you can come meet KJ.
100%. 100%. Hot and Cold's coming up next. It's DeMarco and Trav, 710 ESPN.
Steve Mason and John Ireland.
Mason and Ireland. Next at noon after Travis and DeMarco.
Yeah, we kind of have the entire world covered. It's like the United Nations.
And I'm a heart patient.
You almost died.
Yeah.
Ireland is a white guy.
Very rich.
Bergman is
a very much a white guy.
White guy.
Well, Jewish.
Jewish guy.
Jewish.
Okay.
Jewish. Yeah, sure.
DeAndre is black. Lars, Latino. I'm gay. I think we got everything covered.
Yeah,
all the bases.
The OGs of LA Sports Radio. That's Mason and Ireland.
On 710 ESPN.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Ready for a delicious escape? The new Islands Restaurant's $10 protein bowls are your ticket. Packed with over 40 grams of protein and stacked with fresh ingredients. They're only here for a limited time, so enjoy one today. Visit islandsrestaurants.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things. People. Love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
As you know, we've welcomed the new partner here at 710 ESPN, NextGen. NextGen, the official AC, heat, and plumbing company of SoCal sports fans.
You're as cold as ice.
Call 833-3-NEXTGEN, NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. Time for our feature we do 3 days a week. Who's hot? Who's cold? Thanks to NextGen. Boy, time for Who's Hot? Who's Cold? Take it away, Producer M.
Aloha.
See?
And also, this is
Burn
the
it down.
There we go.
Burn it down.
Okay, so what's hot is the Kentucky Derby horse names, okay? I think one of my favorite things about the Kentucky Derby, not only it's the most exciting 2 minutes in sports, but the names can be sometimes pretty funny. I know, DeMarco, come on.
He keeps doing it. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Horse.
All right, I'll do it.
The horse.
There we go. So some of the most funny horse names are, to me, Luxor Cafe.
Ooh.
Journalism.
Like Luxor, the casino in Vegas?
Casino.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just journalism, which I think is funny.
That's a great
And
name.
journalism's the favorite, I believe.
That's a great name.
Yes, it is the favorite.
Yeah, it's a great name.
Publisher.
Okay.
Render Judgment.
Oh, I like that. That'd be a good
Okay.
Travis horse.
Chunk of Gold.
That might be me.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
And Owen Almighty are some of the funny names.
Owen,
to
like
me.
Owen, like
Yeah.
Owen Wilson?
Yeah.
How do you pick a horse's name? Just the most random things you can
Whatever,
think of?
whatever means something to you, I think.
Oh,
it's
another
like,
one.
it's like naming a boat.
Laptop.
One last one.
Yeah, right.
Sure.
Admire Daytona.
Ah, okay.
What, rendered judgment?
Render Judgment is,
That'd be
yes.
good.
It's a
'Cause
30
I like
to 1
render
odds.
judgment on
There
things.
you go.
Yeah.
Roger Moore.
Sure. If you own a boat, do you have to have some sort of sea pun involved in the name?
No.
I think it's encouraged, but doesn't have to.
Stugotz?
Yeah,
No. Yeah.
every time, like, I don't live super far from the Dana Point Marina.
Yeah.
And so Susan and I'll go take a walk down there occasionally, and 9 out of 10 of those boats have a sea pun in the name.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
you do have to name your boat. That's for good luck. You
Right.
have to. It has to have a name.
Yes.
And
The
it's a
name
she.
of my boat is called Graduation. As soon as she graduates.
Would you want a boat?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely, yes.
I love going
when it's
on a
time,
boat.
When it's time to have a boat.
If you, please get a boat and
Yes.
throw parties and invite me to them,
You're
but
on.
I don't ever want one.
They said the best day, 2 best days of a boat is the day you 100%.
Buddy Lalo had one.
Who? Oh
My
yeah.
buddy Lalo had one, and they shared it. It was a long boat. It was 5 people who invested in it. They all bought it, but who wanted to keep it? And like, it doesn't fit in my
Maintenance.
backyard.
Yeah.
In maintenance.
I had a bunch of Sea-Doos.
Oh, okay.
Bunch of
and
those
those are fun
they're
too.
still a problem.
Yeah,
they're-
those are
they're
super
issues.
fun.
Yeah, it's way more work than you anticipate. So
Oh,
what's
yeah.
cold is watching a big game on an airplane. So I was watching
Mm.
someone on Twitter who's a Knicks fan watching the end of that Knicks Pistons game, where Jalen Brunson hits the 3, and it's like, crazy. So I have like complicated feelings about this because I think I like watching it on the plane if you're going to that city. So like, hey, we're all New York fans. Our flight's from Atlanta to New York. We're all agreeing that we're all putting the Knicks game on the TV. But I don't love having a tough watch of a game and just either being upset or excited, and you have to be like kind of still, or people like look at you weird. So I don't know. What are your opinions about watching a game that you care about on an airplane?
I don't know if I've ever experienced that.
Oh, really?
I
Oh,
understand
yeah.
what you're saying, but I don't think that I've ever been like
When everyone cheers, like, they
like
did
a
it.
Dodger playoff game, for instance, right?
Yeah.
And I'm on a flight to Portland. Like I don't think that I've ever experienced that. I've always been on the ground.
More than a few.
Yeah.
You're heading back from a game you just played, won or lost.
Yeah.
And the game that's on matters to you and everybody's invested. It happens a lot. Yeah, it sucks when you need this team to win or lose and it doesn't happen for you.
That's a terrible
Turns
feeling.
into a bad
when,
flight.
when you need someone else to punch your ticket for
Oh,
you.
yeah.
That's
And
an awful feeling.
I also think that it's the fun experience of like you don't have any distractions on an
yeah.
airplane too, so your phone's not on. So you're watching every snap, every pitch, every second of this game. And you could get a little boozed up if you desire to watch this game as well, but it's expensive.
Plain drunk is not a good. I don't like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do.
Oh,
I love,
do you?
I love playing drunk.
Do you really?
Oh, I don't have
I
to
feel
move.
I don't. I like having drinks. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
But on an airplane is not my jam.
The only way I'm going to get comfortable in the seat is to get drunk. And then I can fall asleep.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
But I love how
Maybe
people
I gotta try again.
the makeshift little man caves that they build when everybody's trying to watch a game on a one phone. So everybody's craned
Oh,
in.
yeah,
we're all in. That's fun stuff.
Who's Hot, Who's Cold is brought to you by NextGen, the official AC, heating, plumbing, and electrical company of SoCal sports fans. Give them a shout, 833-3NEXTGen. That's 833-3-NEXGEN, or visit nextgenairandplumbing.com. The Dodgers open up a 3-game series tonight in Atlanta against the Braves. They go to Miami after that to play the Marlins again, and then to Arizona to play the Diamondbacks. They play 19 games in the next 20 days, DeMarco. I think that I mentioned this to you the other day. I am not particularly concerned about the fact that they have a million guys, pitchers specifically, on the IL, that guys are banged up, because I don't think they're worried about it. I think that this is the ultimate long-term play. They want to be ready in September and October and whatever.
So you believe in the approach. You just hope it works.
I just hope I hope it is an approach. And
sounds like it.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And it's not like if Blake Snell's like really banged up, that's bad news. If Tyler Glasnow is super banged up like he often is, that's bad news. But Yamamoto and Ohtani and Snell and Sasaki and maybe it's Kershaw or maybe it's Gonsolin or May, they're going to have 3 or 4 guys that are firing on all cylinders by the time we get to the end of the line.
Hopefully. Right.
But over the next 20 days, they play 19 games. You're going to need some guys to go pitch deeper to games. You're going to need more of what Tony Gonsolin did the other day.
Where you at
where
now?
he goes 6. They're
20?
20 what?
20 wins. How many wins?
21.
21 wins, and you get 19 games in 20 days?
Yeah.
And I know because of the amount of Panda Express I get to eat.
Pretty big stretch, bro.
It is. Here's the thing.
It's going to test you.
They did grades for the first month of the season on ESPN, and they gave the Dodgers a B, which I think is about right. I would give them maybe a B-, but whatever. You know what their pace is? You know how many games they're on pace to win? And really, other than Teoscar Hernandez.
No.
Okay, good guess. Teoscar Hernandez and Tommy Edman are playing really well. Yamamoto has pitched beautifully. Other than that, it's a bit of a mixed bag.
Just about it, right.
Right?
Home runs or bust, right.
Yeah. You know what they're on a pace to do? They're on a pace to win 110 games.
110, okay.
110, and everybody that watches them are like, yeah, they're just not playing very well. They're on a pace to win. They have the most wins in baseball. They're in first place in their division, and Ohtani's been okay. Betts has been not great. Freddie missed some time. So-so. Muncy,
be a nice
bad.
time to get going.
Yeah. But the point is, they are going.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like they're going.
The ones that aren't playing well, it'd be a nice time to get going now. But if it does work, it's great because how do you get if this is what baseball is going to be, throw hard, get hurt, and then I have to figure it out in September. If this is what it's going to be and this is the new strategy, I hope it works out. And if it does, you'll see a lot more of it.
The problem is you got to find enough guys, and this is the secret sauce to this, because you're right. The secret sauce is we can set some guys down. We can be super cautious about pushing guys. I still got to win. Like, I still have to find a way to win 6 nights a week.
Right.
And the Dodgers have found that, whether it's with Vezier, a Kasparis, a Dreyer, or any of these bullpen guys that they've had, and they just continue to find. Throw Tony Gonsolin back in there. Dustin Mason. These are all guys that are available to everybody, or draftable guys that they've developed. Yamamoto, they bought. Glasnow, they bought. Snell, they bought. But they're still going to pace to win 110 games playing the other guys.
Right.
That's the thing that other teams can't do, to just put guys on ice for basically half the season and still know that you're going to end up in the playoffs.
There's still financial or money constraints to this. You don't have enough to pay everyone, but you do. But like, if this is how they're going to, I guess, structure their season, we're just going to build in breaks for our pitchers to keep them healthy, then that's genius.
Sure is.
Only if it works.
And only if you can continue to win during the season.
And I think you can. You have enough firepower to do that.
I think
and
so
you're
too.
getting it from all areas. Eventually, all these guys are going to start
if
hitting.
If Snell went down and Glasnow is down and Ohtani's unavailable simply because he's not ready to pitch and Kershaw's not ready to pitch, and all of a sudden you're 7, 8, 9 games out of first place. It's like we don't have the luxury of massaging the roster.
Right.
We have to go for it.
When do you panic?
Never.
Ever? Come on, there's got to be a panic point.
Explain the scenario that you think it might be.
You're in 4th place come July.
No, there's still too much time left.
There's still too much time.
Yeah.
There is no panic. Oh, that's what I mean. This is what I mean about you broke baseball. You're supposed to have some level of panic at some point.
The I don't like this moment could be in the middle of September and they got 2 healthy starting pitchers.
Okay.
That would be by the way, at that point they'd probably have 100 wins, but it's like, yeah, okay, great, but how are you going to get through this? Now, the answer would be, well, we got through it last year.
Or you can save it for the postseason where everybody's kind of equal.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe, but...
And that's more anxiety. Right.
They
not
score
panic.
a bunch of runs. They prevent a bunch of runs.
And they got better players.
And they got more of them.
More players than you do.
They've got more high-end guys than any team I've ever seen.
And those two healthy pitchers are May and Gonsolin. Imagine that. Eesh.
And you know what? So if you said to me, their offense is clicking, and May and Gonsolin are our two guys, and we're going into the postseason, and we'll figure it out, I wouldn't love it, but
I'd take it.
Okay.
It's almost better than what you had last year.
Let's see. It's not a hell of Is there a huge difference between May and Gonsolin and Jack Flaherty and
almost
Yamamoto?
What you had last year.
Yamamoto's the best of the bunch, but all right. They're going to be just fine. The Dump's coming up next.
The biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland on 710.
John, there was a Cheeto that was discovered that looks shockingly like Michael Jordan's Jumpman logo.
Okay.
You haven't seen this, have you?
No, send it to me.
Oh, no. It's sold.
It's sold? How much?
$8,113.
It's like 3 inches tall and 2 inches wide. Who makes that kind of Cheeto? There must have been a dramatic malfunction in the machinery.
John, if you see it, it looks exactly like the Jumpman logo.
Yeah, it's 3 inches tall.
I wouldn't pay $8,000 for it, but...
Nor would I. And I can't imagine there's a market value for it. And plus, at the end of the day, will it not, just crumble?
Look at it, son. I bought this for $8,000. I want you to pass this along.
There's not much left.
I would not pay $8 for this Cheeto.
Isn't it weird?
The OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Today at noon.
Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN.
Right now at Park West Bicycle Casino, the progressive jackpot is over $3 million, and when it hits, it'll be the biggest jackpot ever won at any LA card room. Poker, blackjack, ultimate Texas Hold'em, even Baccarat, all eligible for the progressive. Brand new players who sign up for their player rewards get $30 in match play. Park West Bicycle Casino, where the stakes are high and the rewards are massive.
Please gamble responsibly. Problemgambling.ca.gov. 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGR-0012991. GEAR-00192. GEAR-00198. BSIS license number 1358.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code JOEQ, J-O-E-Q, to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
It's time for everything we haven't gotten to today. Yes, it's time for the dump.
This kind of goes back to one of the things that we talked about in our draft, our LA nemesis. Nemesis. Thank you. Nemesis. I like that. Traffic was the number one. Was it your number one choice, Jorge?
Traffico.
Yeah.
Traffico.
The Los Angeles Marathon was supposed to be scheduled for the same day as the Oscars in 2026, but it has been averted, and they will not be happening on the same day. Which moved, Em? The Oscars or the marathon?
I think it's the marathon.
They moved the marathon?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a big deal.
Marathon is a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
That would have been a lot earlier than this year's marathon. This marathon, I want to say it was in April. Maybe late March.
It's usually in March?
Yeah, but the Oscars was anyway.
Is the Oscars the same time every year?
No, it kind of varies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Easter. It moves.
Kind of.
Yeah.
It's always around the same time. It's like late Feb, early March, but sometimes it can be later.
All right.
I got a lot of graffiti on my timeline. People as nemesis.
Oh, yeah?
Graffiti, big deal.
What'd you get?
They put it on there.
Graffiti's cool.
I'm an idiot.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
It looks cool on these buildings right here. It looks pretty cool. I mean, it's not, but
that is in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
Yeah.
Either
like if you're a landlord and you get graffiti, then sure.
Either I'm noticing stuff like that I didn't notice before, or there's a guy that goes out every single day and paints a new one.
Okay, here's the weird part.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Everywhere.
Have you ever seen someone actually in the process of doing it?
Yeah.
You have?
Yep.
I never have.
But it's like billboards going up. I almost never see someone putting up a billboard, but they change all the time.
Yes, but I have seen people changing billboard. Never in my entire life have I seen somebody tagging something. Never.
I'm thinking about camping out and waiting.
Yeah. And especially the ones like over the freeway, like the freeway
the weird
signs.
angle ones. Yes.
It's like you got to like rappel down to it to do it.
It's ropes and stuff.
I've never ever seen somebody doing it.
It's that elaborate. They use ropes.
Yeah,
that's serious.
This is a special interest of Clinton's. If you want to ask somebody questions about this, ask Clinton.
I thought it was just hold my feet.
Right.
You better trust that guy. Yeah, I was going to say, you better be very strong and very trustworthy. Happy birthday. Happy 53rd birthday to, we talked about this man today, too. The Rock turns 53 years old today.
If you smell. Yes. My favorite entertainer of all time in that sports entertainment is The Rock.
Yeah.
By far. Love Stone Cold. Used to love the Hulk. That guy's the guy. Yeah, he is. Still the guy.
David Beckham, Jorge.
Hey,
the
David
big
Robert.
5-0.
David Robert Joseph Beckham. I send you guys a highlight reel.
Okay,
so
Mr. Four Names.
That's his name. That's his name.
He's
David
got
Robert
double
Joseph.
middle name.
David Robert Joseph Beckham.
A little weird that you know, but
why did he catch heat when he came over?
What do you mean?
Like when he came over to play in MLS, people were like,
Oh, because he left Real Madrid to come to a startup league here.
But I'm happy you said that you're actually impressed by how he plays. It seemed like some people were like, he's not that good.
Oh, I mean, he was your setup guy. He was your setup guy, and he was a
Bend it
set
like
piece.
Beckham.
So yes, he was a set piece master. So I mean, what else do you need from him? He was your
what I
setup
thought.
guy.
Okay, good.
I mean, you've seen the highlights. It's a cross to a one-touch volley, and they score. Like it's two-touch goal.
I don't know if he's not the answer to if you could just live in someone else's shoes for a few days. Like if he's not the choice. Like he might be the #1 draft pick overall.
Wow.
Right?
He's got
like
a farm.
everybody knows who he is. He's handsome. He's rich. He's famous. He has a beautiful wife. He has endless amounts of money.
I might want to be Ronaldo for a few hours.
Also a good choice. Also a good choice.
Just for a few
Boo,
hours.
Ronaldo.
Yeah, like that would be
just to walk into anywhere and be like,
David Beckham.
He lives in Saudi Arabia right now, so you want to go live over there?
David Beckham might be the choice. Pat McAfee turns 38 years old. I saw him eating cake on TV an hour or so ago.
He's in Times Square.
Yeah.
His show is there.
Yeah.
But happy birthday.
Took a big bite of a big cake.
You almost forget that he was a special teams guy, a specialist in the NFL.
The punter, right?
Yeah. You almost forget, right? He's doing so good at this, you forget what he used to do.
He's very good at this.
Yes. I like him on game day. I think he's great on game day.
I think that's what he's best at. I'm not a wrestling fan, so I can't speak to him. You can.
He's okay.
He's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know that. Dries is giving you a thumbs down on his wrestling
He's okay.
stuff.
He's not the worst.
His show, I don't get to see it very often because he's on the same time we're on. I don't think it's for me, but I do like him on game day.
I love him next to Saban.
Saban gets it.
Right.
And quite frankly, so does McAfee.
They play off each other really well.
They both understand what they're there to do.
Of course.
They're both
McAfee or Bautista?
Huh?
McAfee or Bautista? Wrestling.
Oh, man, McAfee. I hate Batista. See? Look, he's back there mad.
But he's a great actor. Fantastic actor.
All right, Emily, I know this one is one that's near and dear to your heart. This was today in 2016. After 132, my voice just cracked like I'm 14. How about that?
You
that
crying?
was weird.
Oh.
After 132 years as a club, is it Leicester?
Leicester.
Leicester City clinches the English Premier League to claim their first ever top flight title after finishing 14th the previous season. Leicester City started off the 2015-16 campaign at 5,000 to 1 to win the title, according to the sportsbook William Hill. What followed resulted in one of, if not the most stunning underdog victories in memory.
And to explain, it's not just like you can't just be like the Rockies and get into the playoffs because you got hot in like September. You know, in order to win the Premier League, you have to be incredible from the get-go. You can only lose like 2 or 3 games.
Points,
you can't. It's on aggregate, and so it's not like you can't get hot at the end of the year. You have to be incredible all year. And so here's something: if you in 2016, here are some other 5,000 to 1 bets you could have made that are the same odds that Leicester had to win the Premier League. That 15 seed Cal State Bakersfield to win the NCAA men's tournament. They lost in the first round. The 16-year-old Paul Shaplett to win the Masters. Shot plus 21 in the first 2 rounds and missed the cut.
I ain't going to do it.
And then Minnesota Timberwolves went 14-35 to win. Oh, sorry. At
the time.
They missed the playoffs by 14 games. And also, if you wanted to bet that Elvis Presley could be found alive, you could get at the same odds.
I still think that's possible.
It's probably the most incredible story of like an underdog in sports
like
that I
said,
can think about.
It's not because once in a while a team barely squeaks into the postseason and they just get hot for 2 weeks and win the whole thing.
Right.
That happens occasionally, but that can't happen in this. That's because there is no postseason in that.
And it's one of the biggest sports in the world, if not the biggest sport in the world, with all this money being funneled into it, all this incredible talent that you're competing on day in and day out. That a rinky-dink team can come up and win is incredible.
In 2008.
I wasn't laughing at that. I was laughing at you like having to pause before you said Leicester. See?
Well, it's got an I in it.
How would you going to say, Leicester?
So there's a kid.
Leicester.
There's a kid that was on the Dana Hills football team that had that last name, spelled exactly the same way. Exactly the same way. And his father, how do I say your last name? Lester. Okay. So now I see it and I want to say Lester.
But it's
Okay.
Leicester.
Speaking of this is my bone to pick with my sister Claire. If you're listening, Claire, I know you're a listener.
What up, Claire?
That
DTF.
My last name is difficult to say. It's spelled Hybl and it's pronounced Hebel. Okay? So every time I would go through school, we'd have the same teachers. Claire never corrected them. She never said her last name was different. They'd say Hebel or Hybel or whatever version they wanted to say. I would come in. It's actually Hebel.
I was just going to say, DeMarco, I have a feeling Emily was in, history in the 10th grade. It's Hebel.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's the first day of school. I'd say it's Hebel. And they're like, what? I had Claire for a year.
Sister. Yes. Are there 2 Hibbles in this community?
It shows the difference in personality between me and Claire. I will unabashedly correct people. Claire will not.
In 2018, Cobra Kai premiered on, I believe they started on YouTube and then moved to Netflix.
You're right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was all in on that for the first 2 seasons, and I'm like,
I've seen
all
enough.
out.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I've seen enough. To see what happened to Johnny is awesome. To see,
he's the best character by a mile.
I like our interpretation of the Karate Kid.
Yes.
Daniel's actually the villain.
100%.
Yes. He actually came in
He
and messed things up.
antagonized him from the moment he met him.
Now, he went overboard a little bit, but actually Daniel's the bad guy.
When did you check out on Cobra Kai? Because there was a very specific moment where I went, I'm done here.
Remember when we were kids and you'd watch a cartoon and it became obvious they're trying to sell us toys?
Okay.
They're trying to sell us on the new generation of Karate Kid. And I'm not here for that. I'm here for the old guys.
Yes.
I'm out.
Yes.
Right.
That's the right answer.
I'm good.
When they had a full-blown riot in the high school and people were getting their faces cut off and put in wheelchairs and nothing happened to anybody, I'm like, okay, no.
But I can't wait to see the new Karate Kid.
The movie?
Yes. So Jackie Chan's in it, and they brought back Daniel LaRusso to help train a new kid.
Is Johnny Lawrence in it?
I don't know. I'm looking, but he might be the surprise guy.
Here's why Johnny Lawrence was the star of Cobra Kai. He's the only one on that show that's a good actor.
Yes, Billy Zabka.
Yeah, he's a good actor. He plays a good villain. And
yes.
Everyone else in that show is like, this is like
I don't hate Ralph Macchio. He's all right.
Rough watch.
He's all right.
Rough watch.
You saw The Outsiders.
He was a better actor when he was a kid than he is as an adult.
My cousin Vinny, he was awesome.
He was fine in that.
I shot the clerk.
Yeah, they not fine in Cobra
Kai. I shot the clerk?
Ralph Macchio.
Oh, my God. Right. Do you have a Ralph Macchio story?
Do you find his acting his current acting to be of high quality?
I believe
that he will not be mentioned at any award show anytime soon. His performance, he's the one on the show that I think can act the least.
He's by a mile.
He's
by
like the most amateurish. Like
it's cartoonish.
Like Billy Zabka's fantastic.
He's a good actor.
He's a really good actor.
Yeah.
All the kids are better than Ralph Macchio.
Yeah.
Plus, it's such an unlikable character.
It is.
It's just he's like the nerdy.
Do you subscribe to DeMarco and I? The origin story of all of this, the original Karate Kid that
Daniel LaRusso is the bad guy.
He's the bad guy.
He's the villain.
He starts every fight in
I know,
that show.
But Billy Zabka, they sweep the leg.
You can still be a villain and get your butt kicked through the entire movie.
Yeah. Sometimes you need to be picked.
Did you watch? How far did you get in
2 seasons?
Until they sold us on the new breed.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got to tell you, the final season of Cobra Kai is fantastically, awfully fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is really, really
this
fun.
This is so bad I'm digging it, or it's legitimately good?
So bad. The second to last episode is one of the worst episodes of TV I've ever seen. It was just fantastic.
Did they bring back Elizabeth Shue?
They briefly did.
Briefly,
yeah.
That's when I stopped, right when she was coming.
I wasn't stopping until she
until she took off? Yeah.
Top of the list.
There you go.
Maybe usurping Jennifer Connelly.
Wow.
Maybe not. Little Supercross doc coming up next.
Thankfully, Hyundai is always working to ensure it doesn't, with over 130 IIHS Top Safety Awards since 2006. IIHS Top Safety Awards include Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus awards to Hyundai vehicles from 2006 to 2025.
Now for a limited time, get a Hyundai Tucson for 3.99% APR for 72 months. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offers end June 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Hey, it's Mace, and there's no better place to watch sports than Cosm. The Cosm Dome has got massive high-resolution display. It creates the ultimate immersive experience with a massive wraparound screen that throws you in the middle of the action. The Cosm Hall features wall-to-wall exciting games. Catch all the heart-pounding excitement of both the NBA and NHL playoffs. Secure your tickets now at Cosm. That's COSM.com and experience the game like never before. Cosm.com.
Los Angeles, game day is here. Whether you're watching courtside or couch side, fuel up with the fire-grilled flavor of El Pollo Loco. Their famous fire-grilled chicken, marinated in citrus and spices, cooked over an open flame. It's the perfect play for your taste buds. From their fan-favorite chicken tostadas to fire-grilled family meals that feed your whole squad, El Pollo Loco has you covered. Get in the game with El Pollo Loco, because great flavor is always a slam dunk. El Pollo Loco. Order today at elpolloloco.com.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highland soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highland's Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
Mace, I have heard you talk about it in the spots. I've heard you talk about it on the air. DeMarco had been there previously.
Yeah.
I got my first look at Cosm last night. Dude, that's amazing.
Now, I've not seen it for hockey. It was the Kings game last
year,
night, right?
Oh, my God, mate.
I can only imagine how.
Oh, my God, bro.
I mean, now you kind of get a feeling for what I'm trying to describe when I'm talking. It's like you're in it. It's all around you. It's above you. It's below you. It's everywhere.
And it's both. There's when one camera angle is taken, it feels like you're sitting on the red line, like the best seat in the house.
Yes.
Right?
Feels like you're in the net.
And then they cut to behind the goal, and it feels like you're on the ice.
You want to know what it feels like to be a goalie? Go there. Yeah.
That was my favorite part, DeMarco, where you're like almost looking over Kemper or Picard's shoulder, and you're trying to track the puck, and you can't even find it.
Right.
And these guys are going, I
every
loved every
How
second
does he
of
see
it.
it? Yeah, it's right there.
Very,
It was a
very
experience.
cool. Yeah. You should check out, they have a great Cirque du Soleil show. They are doing, and I'm excited for this, they have converted The Matrix into a Cosm experience. The movie The Matrix,
wild.
which I'm sure is crazy cool. And yeah, I mean, I just, if you have not been to Cosm yet, it is a great experience.
Have you experienced Cosm on a higher plane?
Yeah.
Is that make it better?
It's like really surrounds you.
What do you mean?
You're really
what are you referring to,
you're
Travis?
one with the game.
So I was telling some of my buddies that I was going, and most of them like, "Did you take an edible before you went?" I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But they're like, "Oh, you missed an opportunity."
It does
It's like,
enhance things.
Yeah.
As it tends to do.
It rarely makes things worse. Occasionally. Occasionally.
Yes.
But
so I guess
not so
it's
much.
just the Mason show today. I've been
so.
waiting for the chance to do the Mason
Here
show
it is.
for a while.
Wow.
So I did solo radio.
Yes.
6 hours a day.
That's unbelievable.
For 5 years.
And didn't you do it for a while from that booth over there?
Yes.
Where you would do a show here and then you do a show
one where the social media guys are.
Yeah.
Right there?
I would do, Kelvin and I, when I first got hired here, came over, Kelvin and I would do 2 hours, and then I would go do 4 by myself.
That's
in that
unbelievable.
Back studio. Yeah.
Solo radio is a
totally different
different animal.
You learn how to talk to yourself, have full conversations with yourself, as opposed to somebody
My
else.
experience has always been is when I'm on solo, I wind up talking very, very quickly because I'm afraid of quiet.
Yeah.
Like I'm supposed to be filling up every... and
that air is your fault.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's like that air is actually says as much as words do.
Have you been to Cosm, John?
I have not.
Oh, my God.
But I might. Oh, you went for the first time last night?
Went last night.
So
hockey
what is your 30-second review?
You can't get there fast enough.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
My review is it's very difficult to explain exactly what it is, but you have to go see it because it feels like you are on the ice. The speed translates really well.
It's a mental thing.
It
like,
really is.
You feel like you're out there, and then all of a sudden a server walks by, and you're like, wait, what?
Why
You're
is there
on the
a
ice.
waiter on the
Right.
ice?
Where are you on the ice?
Yeah.
I'm not on the ice. I'm not really there. It's
What's
weird.
weird too, like the scoreboard from the Rogers Center in Edmonton is like hanging over your head.
Yeah,
It feels
right
like
there.
it's actually there in real time, and you're getting all the weird Canadian like intermission highlights. It was a very surreal experience.
The guy that created Cosm, the innovator behind this, is a guy named Jeb Terry, and there's one now in Dallas.
That's what they were
There's
saying.
going to be one in Detroit.
Okay.
They are growing this company, and the amazing thing is, I don't know how many. Like at an NBA game, they tend to put in 3 cameras. They're just little stick cameras that they stick on the wall, and that's where you actually see. So everywhere that has an event for Cosm, they've actually placed cameras there in advance, and that's how you're seeing the games.
Okay. I was thinking about that. Like, how do you get those camera angles? And I would assume it's a specific type of camera to shoot it in a specific sort of way.
He showed it to me. It's like a little piece of I don't know, like a little stick.
Okay.
For lack of
It's
a
small?
Yeah. It's small. It's just a little stick camera, and they plant it there and captures everything.
That's amazing. I wonder how a car race would be there.
I'm sure it'd be fantastic.
You think it'd be fun? I mean, that'd be interesting to be like there.
What
Does
about
that translate?
What about the Derby tomorrow?
Oh, I wonder if they're doing the Derby.
But don't they have to have the Cosm cameras at these events to make it work?
Probably.
Yeah.
You guys going? Are you going to Derby parties?
I
I got a Derby party tomorrow.
Yeah, no. Everybody I know has a big, gigantic hat, and they're all drinking juleps.
It's called a fascinator.
Oh, that's
The
right, a
hat
fascinator.
is called a fascinator?
Yeah,
the ladies, the little jaunty ones on the side of your
They're
head.
called fascinators.
Yeah, you
I
don't
did not
ask
know
me how
that.
I know.
How do How do you know?
Because Susan ordered 46 of them, and they all showed up at my house the other
Oh,
day.
it's because you're going to a
You're
Kentucky
hosting.
Derby?
You're hosting the
We're
derby
not
party.
hosting. We are attending a derby party, and they're like $2 a piece, and she orders 50 of them and sends 48 of them back.
So she ordered 50
I'm
fascinators.
exaggerating a little, but there's more than she would ever need.
And then she tries them all on. It's like a Pretty
what
Woman
goes best with
sequence
the
where
dress,
she stands
what
in
goes
front
best
of
with
the
the bag.
camera and
Yes.
she's, Oh, good for her.
I'm waiting.
And you're throwing the party? No, you're going to the party.
Attending. There'll be mint juleps and Kentucky hot
So a
browns.
julep is mint and bourbon, is it not?
And a lot of sugar.
Oh, a lot of sugar.
And
Sounds
a lot
good.
of sugar.
That's what makes it delicious.
It's a little sweet, but you got to have one during the Derby. So we drafted our L.A. nemesis. Is
Nemesis.
that the plural of nemesises? The things that, because we got off on it because Edmonton has taken out the Kings 4 years in a row.
Right.
Correct.
They have not beaten the Edmonton Oilers in a playoff series since 1989. It's been a very long time since they've beaten them.
Don't want to see them ever again.
So here's what M took. M took Jose Altuve for obvious
that's
reasons.
good call.
This, I think, was the most creative pick on the board. Carbohydrates. That people of Los Angeles hate carbohydrates.
I don't.
You know what? People from carbohydrates are kind of what load you up, right?
Yeah, I could eat Italian food every day. I could eat pasta every day.
But it's not necessarily the best thing for you.
And you are a naturally thin person.
Yeah, you're a thin person, like
Fast
a regular
metabolism.
person,
Yes. Yeah.
like us. Pasta, carbs, that's a good one.
Be 400 pounds.
She also took chargering as her third pick.
Oh,
DeMarco took the stairs in Santa Monica, the Santa Monica stairs.
Oh, my God.
Have we all done that? Have you done that?
Yes.
Tell me your
Have you
back
done that,
doesn't
Ireland?
hurt when you just hear that.
Oh, yeah, but not in a lot of years.
Long-ass way, yeah.
The first time you're like, oh, it's not going to be that bad. You get to the bottom of that thing, and it's straight up the damn hill.
Yep.
And road work, construction, and the 49ers.
Traffic cones. Oh.
Jorge took traffic, the Galaxy, and street parking. I took the rain, the Boston Celtics, and do you guys remember the home run that Joe Morgan hit to knock the Dodgers out?
He was playing for the Giants, right?
Right.
And
yeah,
the
not even the
Giants
Reds.
might have been the worst team in the National League that year. The Dodgers, you had to win your division to go to the playoffs. Last day of the season, Joe Morgan around the bases like this.
Yeah. So do you have Joe Morgan on the
I
list?
have Joe Morgan.
Wow.
Just kind of as a stand-in.
Do you
for all
guys have
things I hate for the
nemesis in
Giants.
L.A.? Do you guys have a nemesis, a nemesi?
Steve Hartman.
Alley-oop. Dunk. Yes, sir.
That's a good one.
one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Ireland?
Yeah, I can't think of one. The
Celtics. I mean, you got nemesis.
Yeah, I mean the Celtics would be number one to me, but I'm a Lakers guy. Yeah, it's a weird.
Is there
it's a weird draft. It's not my favorite draft you've ever done.
Is there a Celtic at the top of the list? There's like this side of the guy, just like I just can't.
Danny Ainge.
Yeah, it used to be Ainge, and now it's Cedric Maxwell because every time we walk in, him and Michael go at least 3 rounds. If they, they just the two of them will not.
Did you watch Celtic City?
Not only did I watch it, I thought it was as good of a sports documentary as I've ever seen.
So I watched it too. Did you see it, Mace?
No.
Did you see it, DeMarco?
Chapter 5 is called F the Celtics, except they use the F word, and it's because it is the very first thing my friend James Worthy says.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, where they said Lakers-Celtics rivalry. What stands out to you? And he goes, F the Celtics.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you appreciate the Celtics as just, okay, I get the Lakers and the Celtics are on a plane that's different from most of the NBA. They competed against each other.
Well, think of it this way. The Celtics have 18 titles. The Lakers have 17. The next closest team is the Warriors with 6.
Yeah.
I mean, they are so far above everybody else. It's
so
not
is it
close.
through gritted teeth, or is it just I can respect the greatness? Because watching Celtic City turned me around a little bit.
What, you can respect the greatness?
I'm like, okay, I knew they were great. I knew they were good. I knew they had tradition. I knew they had all this history, but I hated them 1% less when I was done with it.
Oh,
Did you watch every episode?
I have not seen the last one.
Okay, so several things about Celtic City jumped out to me. The first one was how if Bill Russell would have come along in the ESPN era, that he would be considered the greatest player in history, not Michael Jordan.
Probably.
His athleticism is so ridiculous. He will come down on one end, and he didn't just block shots. He would catch them out of the air, and then they'd go on a fast break, and then at the end of the break, here comes Russell to finish the break and dunk it. And then he was the best defensive player. He was
coach.
Yeah, I mean, just ridiculous.
Think we'll ever see that again?
Player coach?
Player coach.
Well,
in anything.
I worked with the player coach when I was in actually 2 different player coaches when I was working in the minor leagues. At one point, it was Ron Washington.
Okay.
Who was a shortstop player coach, and the other one was Tom Kelly. Who went on to become the manager of the Twins. Yeah, he was a player manager for the Toledo Mud Hens, but I don't think he goes on anymore.
The other thing that jumped out to me about Celtic City was I had forgotten that 7 years after Len Bias died, Reggie Lewis died.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They had 2 potential All-Stars die within a 7-year period, or else how many titles would they have?
I know.
I mean, you were adding Len Bias to Bird, McHale, Parrish, Ainge, and DJ.
Who knows how long that extends Bird, too.
Yeah.
Bird can play a little bit less and be a little healthier. Yeah. It's pretty good. Even if you're a Laker person like I know we all are, that's
if you're a Laker fan, and if nothing else, to watch episode 5, which is the Lakers Celtics episode, and to talk about the 84 and 85 finals, which are just unforgettable, both of them.
Terrific. That's Supercross. Enjoy your weekend, fellas.
Yeah.
See you on Monday.
Batista sucks.
Looking for all things black and gold? Tap into LAFC Plus, hosted by Dave Denholm and Mario Ruiz.